ladies and gentlemen, we are sponsored by the Aftershock Festival. You can go see the Aftershock Festival October 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th at Discovery Park in Sacramento. That is right. Machine Gun Kelly, Limp Bizkit, Bad Flower, and a bunch of other bands you've never heard of. But ladies and gentlemen, the bands that you have heard of, headlined by Metallica, yeah! Yes, Rancid, Holy Caesar, Dropkick Murphys, and more. Ladies and gentlemen, also headlined by the original Misfits. This Misfits needs to play every slot all 4 days. I concur. Oh, hey everybody, what's going on? This is episode 117 of Talking Shop with the Boss and... Wait, we're missing somebody. What? So... as you may notice, it's just me. Like, currently. I'm over here talking to myself on video. What else is new? You see me do it on Facebook all the time. I mean... I was just on my way to Reno. I was doing a Facebook Live for like an hour on the way to Reno, just talking to myself. And then I realized that the actual comments were like on another page. I had to swipe over. So I literally talked to myself for an hour. So I can do that here, but I don't want to do that. So, okay, to answer everybody's question, as soon as the show starts, everybody's like, "Where's Box? What's going on?" we have invaded everybody's personal space, and I just have to say, Dave's not here, man. Come on, Dave will be here. Mr. Lunchbox will be here, ladies and gentlemen. But he's actually on a rather interesting expedition. And when I say expedition, it's kind of what I mean. He's in the jungle. He's in the trees. He's kind of all over the place right now. And whenever he does decide to show his loud ass mouth, well, we will see him. So, in the first time in history, so we started at 8:30. Now it's about 8:45. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for sharing, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody's had a fantastic week. If you don't know who I am, my name is Boss Blacker, and I'm here every single week at 8 p.m. Sometimes 8:45 p.m., but usually we're pretty good on our time. And you know what? We're here to talk about the shit, the bullshit, and all about the shit. So, but today, it's very special. We have a guest that not only is an amazing human being, is somebody that I have known for about 20 years. she has an infectious laugh that you can hear a mile away. Um, she has a full dance schedule. She's in 17 different bands, and I hope to talk about all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you somebody I've known for a very long time. My good friend. She is the bass player for Devils in the Detail, Arcane Existence, Dead Girl Rising, Dead Redwoods. Ladies and gentlemen, Tracy LaBrie.
So good to be here.
What's up, girl? How you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm not used to doing this show solo, but I'm good. You know what? Dave's not here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take over the screen. Let's see. Let's do this.
All right, I like it.
No, I don't want to get too. We got to show the chat here. Let's see. Let's get this going. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get a little bit bigger here. You know, can I make my head bigger too? Let's bring up that ego a little bit. Here we go. There we go. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I'm just kind of screwing around. So, what you been up to?
Oh man, a full summer of dropping music, which is pretty awesome. As you see, Arcane is getting their singles out. There's going to be a new single out July 5th. I can't say much more than that, but you all are going to love it. Devils in the Detail has just finished their EP, so getting that going, very do-it-yourself. Yes, I do.
Yeah, Chris Rivy, he pointed out your Short Fuse shirt, so big shout out to Short Fuse.
Yes, those are the homies for show. I think I tell Frank here, what's up, dude? Mike, everybody, love those guys so much. And Dead Girl Rising is going to be dropping their first single in the next couple of weeks for the new EP, and that's pretty fun because that's like a lot of original material. And then Dead Redwoods, we have a show on Friday. Excuse me, gosh, I'm like out of chronological order here. That's going to be Friday at Toots Tavern. That's going to be badass. That's going to be with Frolic and Captive State, and that's run by like No Less Productions, with Clinton Smith, and definitely. Give him his $20. That's going to be a badass show. That's going to be one of my first metal shows back, and that's going to be pretty incredible. I'm really excited for that one.
So before we get to the future, what I like to do with every single guest is, number one, I love to take it back. I like to take it back all the way to when the first thought in your head became, I want to play music. Where did that start?
Oh, man. Gosh, that was when I was like 7, 8. I started with piano and violin, and I was going to a Catholic school. So I was teaching myself the hymnal songs out of the book from the notation in there. So then with the violin, we came up with like a group of like 2 or 3 girls, and so we had this little group that would play the violin during the church services after a while, and that was really cool. So that's where it started. I was like about 8.
Oh man, so like I remember playing violin when I was about that same age, like coming out of 8 years old was like what, 4th grade, 5th grade, somewhere around there.
Yeah, about there.
I remember terribly playing like 3 Blind Mice or Mary Had a Little Lamb on the violin. That lasted for about a month until my mom decided, you can't play violin anymore. I'm returning the rental.
That is too funny. My parents actually really wanted me to do violin, and I did piano as well. So at least I had something that really couldn't sound that awful if I played wrong notes. But yeah, the violin was definitely brutal. Like the first couple of months of getting used to it.
So is there an instrument you don't play?
Well, I don't know any horns, which I would love to. Drums is my next expedition. I really need to learn drums, so I might be picking your brain on that actually. But I've been asking a bunch of people hey, could you teach me anything about drums? Because I want to write my own beats. I want to get my own solo stuff out there eventually, so that going to Guitar Pro and I can just write like the whole thing and
Oh,
at least get that going, like a
oh
skeleton of
man,
it.
if you want tips on using Guitar Pro, hit up our boy Paul.
I
He
sure
is an
will. I
absolute
like him a lot.
whiz at Guitar Pro.
Hey, good to know. Yeah, he writes his own stuff and
Yeah,
it's
dude.
sick. Oh man, yeah.
Gent all day, man. He's stalling all day. Dude, so like I said, like we've known each other for around like 20 years, man. And like
Yeah.
we were kind of talking a little bit in pre-production, but like let's try to rack our brains a little bit. Like, where do you think we met each other? Like, you kind of mentioned the Concord Depot,
Vets
Vets
Hall,
Hall.
right next door, or the Epidemic, and I think it was a
Yeah,
Brentwood,
yeah.
right? Whatever that outskirts was before Brentwood became what we know it today. Um, and yeah, I think it was around one of those, but maybe it was like San Francisco where we used to drive. I mean, God, I'd ride with like Rob Corselli out,
Rest in
rest in
peace.
peace. Like out, we'd go. He'd be like, we mob to Oakland, Berkeley, San Francisco, wherever it was. But yeah, I want to say it was like one of those local shows because I'm pretty sure I saw you.
Yeah, that was
That would make
that was
sense.
back when I had no facial hair and I had a head of hair. It just kind of reversed.
Yeah.
I lost all of this and it came here.
That's the stress of a master's in kid.
For real though. A special shout out to Robert Calhoun in the chat. We also got Richard Schleter, Mr. Kanga Bear himself. What's up, guys? And all of our regulars. What's up, Mike Vanek? Just plug him real quick. He sent me a little something. Let's see. What did he say? He said, "Oh yeah, so we." Okay, anyways, go check out the Mike Vanek Sucks podcast. I will actually be on his podcast July 11th, doing some cool stuff. But shout out to Amanda Lopez, Jordan Harrison, and all the other awesome people. Hello, Mary. So like, let's keep it back in the day for a minute. So how do you feel about the scene? I mean, the scene's kind of messed up now because COVID I feel like COVID did a reset on everything right now.
Ooh, yeah. Some bands survived and some did it, but the ones that did are like kicking ass and taking names. I kind of look at like it's like a renaissance. Like this summer is just going to be an upheaval of new music and stuff that's coming out, and I am, for one, extremely excited about it. Like, I'm already in 4 bands that are creating like new music already, so like that's just 4 of them. Like there's like a bunch of other bands that are like coming back out, or musicians that are kind of like maybe the pandemic's kind of made them realize like I got to get back in the music, I got to do this, and I love that. Like,
So, with that being said, what do you most fondly remember about the old days? Like the old scene, the Concord Depot days.
Mosh pits. Oh man, it was like such a little brotherhood, like we pick each other up if we fall, if it's somebody. I remember getting like elbowed in the stomach once at an RU36 show, and my homies went back and got that. But like, I got taken care of all the time. We take care of each other. It's like it's love. Even though we're like with each other, it's still like hitting the face of
Oh yes, and that's the best thing about heavy metal is like, unless you get like the old school elitist bastards, like heavy metal is all about positivity and brotherhood under all of the gurgers and breeze. Like.
Oh man, totally. Like we'd be sneaking drinks in the parking lot. Oh man, we were just doing the most. Like, how we got the alcohol, don't ask.
So I remember this one time at the Concord Depot. Sofa Kingdom was playing. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yes, of course I do. I'm still homies with those homies. My, JT is
yeah.
best friends with, my husband. Yeah, they still are. I wish they were still playing music, but yeah, those homies are still the same awesome guys.
I don't know what Tim's doing nowadays, but I know Andy's awesome.
Andy's doing good. Jared's doing really well. Matt, Graham, yeah, all the Dean. Yeah, they're all doing really, really well. Still staying
So I
connection.
remember this one show specifically. We were watching. I swear it was. I don't remember the band that was on stage. It might have been Alexic. I'm not sure. But all of a sudden there was a mosh pit happening, and somebody pushed Andy. And what Andy proceeded to do was fall backwards and then completely crush me.
Mhm. Oh no! I'm like, wait. Oh.
Okay, so what I didn't tell the audience was Andy at the time, I don't know how he is now, but at the time, he was a big man, like 400 pounds, 500 pounds, somewhere around that vein, just a really big man. And he got pushed, he tripped, and he fell directly on top of me. And it was just like a Super Mario moment where somebody stepped on a Goomba and then just squished him, man.
Oh, poor guy getting shoved like that, though, dude. And then, like, I remember, what concert was it at? Eighth year, and I remember, they doing the swing kicks and everything, and I got kicked in the face, hit the merch table, crushed the merch table, like, oh, we're so sorry. I think it was like a ping pong table too. Those poor guys. But yeah, there was no stopping it. It was like,
No, they were brutal. Like who are some bands you remember from that time? Like we talk about Alexic and Sofa Kingdom. Like there's G2K.
oh my God, G2K, what, United Defiance
Oh
is still
yes,
going. They got a new album coming out. Um, gosh, let me see. Dredge,
yes.
The Blue,
Oh, the Blue was so
um,
tight.
The Blue. Oh man, let's go back. I don't know what era if we want to go back to like Kingdom Scorn is a little newer in that sense
Oh,
from
for
that
sure.
era. Um, Oh my gosh, I feel so. I'm gonna blank on like a thousand names that I should know. Um, Dome shots. Um, goodness.
You remember? Oh
Sarcoma.
man, so
I'm trying to remember like the flyers.
finger tight.
What band? Finger Tight. Oh my God, I love
Uh,
them. I still listen to that album. You remember? I think you found it for me. I
yes.
was like, yeah,
Uh,
like going nuts.
clearing autumn skies. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember them. Yeah, and I'm trying to remember the band that Brian Lucetti was in. Um,
Oh,
you know what I'm
I
talking about, right?
do.
Like, oh God, so good. And I'm blanking on that. I want to kick myself. But yeah, yeah, right. Like that one always stands out to me. But yeah, like dude, like those were the homies, and we'd go to like their practice all the time. Oh gosh. Let me try to think. Matt Eilers always went to their
Dude,
shows.
that guy was a nut.
Mike
Yeah.
Elias. Oh gosh, he was like my inspiration for bass. Like you remember that giant seven
Yeah.
string? He like, oh my God! So I have a great story about that.
Please.
It was my birthday show, and we were having like a Jaeger ball. So like Jaeger came in and like got us like a machine, posters, little lanyards, all this stuff. Like it was so cool. Like the Mutiny like got it like sponsored by them or whatever. And I had like I think it was like Kingdom Scorn or um, Shorts of Archeron, one of them. He's playing bass in it, and I'm wasted. And apparently his knee like goes out on him. He collapses on stage. He's still playing, Matt Don't Stop. And I didn't know for a week that he broke his leg that night.
No,
I was like, man, I haven't seen you. What's going on? He's like, I broke my leg at the
no
show.
way. He pulled a Dave Grohl.
Oh my God, yeah, poor guy. I had no idea. I was just, I had Jaeger lined up all over the place. Like I was just like, woo, bye everybody. But yeah, poor guy. That was brutal though, because he kept going. I remember he played that whole show. He even sat on stage and kept going. He did not
Ooh,
stop.
man. Do you do
Yeah.
you did you frequent Mutiny a lot?
Oh Lord, yeah, I used to book there.
Oh, small world, me too.
Yeah, I did a couple of Sundays. That was only for a couple of years. I don't know. I can't say I was good at it, but it was fun. It was a good experience. Got to meet a lot of people and stuff. But yeah, Mutiny was like my watering hole. Mitch was
Oh
the
yeah.
bartender, and he's seen every terrible side of me and every good
I'm
side of me.
I'm pretty sure Mitch is still the bartender.
Well, Mutiny is
Yeah.
gone. I think downtown Antioch's kind of gone.
Apocalyptic.
Yeah, like I expect some like tumbleweeds to go through there and stuff, but he is still bartending, I believe, out in Brentwood. So like, yeah, he's still rocking it. Like and from the bottom, how can we forget
Yes.
them? They're still kicking ass and taking names. They just did Mountain Vibe.
Damn.
Yeah, they've done Mountain Vibe like every year for the past like 10 years. Highly recommended. It's so fun. It's like camping for 3 days. Super duper fun. Yeah,
Nicole
definitely.
Brown says, "Hey Brandon, hey Tracy, hope your night is well. Keep rocking." I think you've met Nicole Brown at shows before back in the day. Uh,
Yes, that's so.
Nicole, we're currently at the moment, and we'll get to all the new stuff pretty soon. But currently, we're talking about the old days, and she knows all about the old days. She went to a lot of those shows too. Dude, God, like I love talking about the nostalgia, but like a lot of it's a blur because we did so much rocking out, we did so much drinking, and so much
I was gonna say.
partying. Like a lot of it just kind of blurs together. Like when I think of the old days, I think of like, oh man, I remember that show where this band and this band played. It's like no, they didn't play there. They played somewhere else. It's like, oh yeah, okay.
Right, right. Yeah, it all kind of like ran together for me. My memory is not very very good about the past, but like I remember like RE36. Who could forget them? And having house parties with them, and like we're the cops come, we're like fuck, boom.
Do you have any RU36 stories? Because I used to live with Aaron Johnson. I have so many fun stories about him, and they're all funny.
Yeah, actually. There was a house party we threw, and I remember lining the wall with mattresses for like, this big, have a giant mosh pit in the living room or whatever. And I remember Adrian Sarmiento jumping off the second balcony during that show, and the cops are coming, and we're like screaming like "fuck the police" and stuff like that. And then we did not give a fuck. And then I'm actually on one of their DVDs getting carried out after that, getting hit in the. I got elbowed by a guy in the mosh pit, and I just kind of toppled over. They have like me going over somebody's shoulder. You see my little blonde hair getting like carried out, and here, no women in the mosh pit. And then I'm pretty sure I went back and was like, fuck that shit. And then like a riot broke out, and I'm pretty sure that's when that venue closed. But we. Like I just laugh at it now because I remember back in the day, just me just like, oof.
Robert Calhoun, shout out to Wormflesh and Arachnid Cabinets. Robert Calhoun says, I lamely remember most shows. I don't drink super heavy at shows. Well, you're lame. No, just kidding. You're not lame.
Smart.
But like, yeah, so RU36 was a trip. I know we've kind of like touched on them in past episodes, but like I remember moving in with Aaron Johnson, and I was there, and I can't remember if I told this on the podcast. I don't remember what I did yesterday, but I remember moving in, and I decided, like, it took me like a few hours to move in, and I was exhausted, so I decided to take a nap. And I had the door closed, everything was off. I fell asleep for about 2 or 3 hours, and all of a sudden I hear, Brandon. And I'm just like, what? He's like, Brandon. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? What? He's like, your doctor called. I'm like, what?
Oh.
My doctor called? Wait. I'm not right in the head, man. Like, I just woke up from a nap. I'm like, why the fuck did my doctor call? And I'm like,
right.
Well, what did he say? And he's like, oh, he just wanted to leave a note saying that you were gay.
That's awesome. Like, this is gonna go well. I love it.
Living in that house was like kind of like awesome. Like a really cool experience. Because these guys would play all the time. Like they would play 24/7. Like they would just go out in the garage and work on their RU36 songs and just play.
Wow. Yeah, I could believe that because I mean they're fucking talented.
Both Jason Zappo and AJ, man. And what's his name? The guy who did the synths, Dorf is he's talented too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And I believe I don't know if it's just a pandemic. I think Jason's still at or Zappo's at the DNA Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's so good to see him whenever I get a chance.
Hey, by the way, what are you drinking tonight? I've got my usual Iron Maiden Trooper. Pretty awesome.
I went super extra for tonight, and I got it in my SpongeBob glass with my little mini umbrella and my stuff. It's a blue carousel Cadillac margarita because I need all the liqueur.
Now, Tracy, you don't have to lie to me. It's blue. I know you're drinking an Adios, motherfucker.
Actually, no vodka, no gin in this one. Just tequila and Grand Marnier, and then it's got a little tahini rim on the top.
So, like,
spice.
You know, Kanga Bear says it looks like an Adios as well. Robert's drink. Oh, MD Mad Dog 50. Damn, bro, bringing the ghetto with the Mad Dog.
Got back. There was a great question down here about what my favorite show was. I think, oh gosh, back in the day, or I guess I don't know if it's back in the day or today.
Wait, don't say today's yet, because I feel like we're gonna get to that one a little bit later too. So give us back in the day for now. For now, please.
Definitely Sofa Kingdom. Oh man, those guys rocked it. You know, they'd have those little interludes. You know, I forget exactly what show it was, but I remember it being at the Vets Hall. You know, nice big room, going nuts in the mosh pit and stuff like that. And oh man, it was just so fun. You know, just doing the little interludes with them and stuff. But Sofa Kingdom always like tore it up. Like it was just so fun with them.
Dude, My favorite, I mentioned them earlier, was Clearing Autumn Skies, because they were like, you remember the Scene Kid movement? You know, everybody was wearing tight jeans and ripped T-shirts and like double studded belts and the flock of seagulls haircut.
Hair. Yes.
They were like the gutter punk version of Scene Kids before Scene Kids was a thing. So they kind of had the same style, except they were dirty.
That's probably who we were kicking it with.
But they went on stage like the Dillinger Escape Plan and fucking ruined that stage every time they got on.
Oh man, that's so cool.
There were guitars flying everywhere. They were playing on the ground. They were smashing through drum sets. It was crazy, man.
That's still happening. I like that.
I used to be a part of that movement. Like I still wear tight, skinny jeans, but I don't wear two belts anymore, and I definitely don't have hair. So, and I'm too fat to join that movement now. Now that I'm like, cool, I'm going to be a scene kid, it's more like I'm going to be a scene-aged adult.
Right. You're right. I'm a little more tired these days, but I think I'm still, I don't know. I guess it depends on if I can afford like the other stuff, like, your fancy belts and things like that. But I'm kind of a little more ghetto in my wear. Like, I just wear like a pants shirt and go about my day in some sweatpants. Like,
Robert says crab squatting in sync. Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Speaking of
The
crap, speaking of crap squatting, have you heard that new Lorna Shore song?
I thought I did. Yeah, I think I did check it
Holy
out.
crap, man!
It was a couple weeks ago.
Dude,
Yeah.
like, I don't expect any like description or introspective, but it's just like, wow, this guy straight up did like an actual pig squeal, and I don't mean like the like I don't mean that. I just mean like he came up and was like. I was just like, whoa, dude, what?
Yeah, dude. Engine voice is so cool. Like, I wish I could even get that high, you know?
Excuse me, dude. So, like, I'm still, I'm getting closer to 40. You know, I'm doing that thing where I'm listening to bands that I've been listening to forever. And so I'm struggling to find new bands, even though I've gone to every single Warp Tour there is, you know, every
Hmm.
Mayhem Fest, every, like, I should have the up and up on, like, what bands are, like, you know, cool and up in age or whatever. But, like, I'm just like, yeah, I can't discover any new bands, even though I'm watching them on stage. I'll instantly forget who they are and then go put on a record from 25 years ago.
You know, I use Spotify a lot to find like new bands and stuff. Like I'm always constantly on the look for new stuff. Like I want to know like what are people listening to? What do people like nowadays? What are the new trends that are coming out? And like say like Spirit Box is like one of my new favorite bands right now. And just like they're kind of combining all these different elements that you usually don't see in metal, but it
That
works.
it,
And
and that
I
that's
love
actually
that.
one of my questions. Like, tell us about your fandom of Spirit Box, and were you also a fan of I Wrestled a Bear Once?
Yes, I was. Oh my God, yes. I loved how crazy they were, and just like a woman screaming was like, yes, like OTEP, seeing that, like that, I loved that. Like I just wanted to see more of it. Kidney Thieves a little bit.
Ooh, nice drop.
You know, Kitty. They only had like I only knew a few songs by them, unfortunately, but like all those I just love following these female artists that are doing these screams and stuff because you don't really get to see that a lot. And as a person that's trying to do it, it's like what's out there, what's like how do they do it, how are they going about this and stuff. And so I've always followed it. But yeah, I wrestled a bear once, was so tight, the famous tastes
Yeah.
like Kevin Bacon, like can't forget that. And then now I think it was like 2018, 2019, they started dropping some stuff, and then like now it's just progressing and evolving, and I love watching their journey. It's just so cool. Like, and they're like younger than me, so of course I'm like fuck, like but like they're kicking ass and taking names, and I love it, and I love that these women are coming out like Ginger and like shoot, we got Arcane Existence stuff coming out.
Oh
This like I
yeah.
love it. Chelsea is kicking ass and taking names too. Like I just want to see more of it.
So
Like
so by the way, Courtney LaPlante is, oh my god, one of the best lady vocalists I have ever heard in my entire life, dude.
she's incredible.
uh,
She's
yeah, like,
incredible.
between Spirit Box and the later I Wrestled a Bear Once, like she's, holy crap, come into her own with Spirit Box. Uh, but man, those
Absolutely.
vocals are insane.
God. And like, and it's, because I got to do like, I think we did like a diamond series. It was like 3 days of them doing like something like this where they had like a webinar and you could go into the chat and stuff and meet new people and stuff like that, like a 3 day series. And I think my husband and my daughter were out of town. So I just kick it in the back with my beer. And I was like, I'm here all night, girl. Talk away. Like, I think we stayed on for like two,
Yeah.
3 hours. Like, and then Mike went in and like talked about like his mixing and like what he uses as filters. And like I'm trying to learn how to do Cubase and stuff like that. So that was tight. So I was like writing notes, like, okay, what do they use? Like DS, like, oh shit, okay. Like
So
and yeah, it was incredibly informative and just like how she talked about how she has like a polyp in her throat. She didn't really do technical training. She's like, don't follow me, but like this is what I do. Like just to be on the safe side.
that has to be like really. Was it just like
Thank
one
you,
on
Robert.
one, or did you have like a whole group of people in there?
Oh, it was like a group of people. So like I'm still friends with some of the people that I met in there, like Monica Strutt. She's like, like a band coach. She rocks so much. Like their band, oh my God, the last Martyr, I
Yeah.
believe their band is called, and they just dropped a new single, and that's kicking ass. And her voice is just bending in all these wonderful ways, and just oh my God, like she is such a huge inspiration to me. And they're out in Australia. Australia is just putting out dope metal, right?
What else do they got to do out there?
Fight spiders. I don't know, but I've always wanted to go because there's so many cool bands that I've met from like
Mm-hmm.
Instagram that I even talk to them and message them, and I'm like, hey, how do you like do this or get inspiration? And these ladies are so interactional and so cool, and just like they answer your question. They're incredible people.
So just let everybody know, Mr. Lunchbox will be here momentarily. Yay. Um,
Yay.
so, with with that being said, like, dude, that's cool. Like, one thing I wanted to know is like, you kind of blew up a little bit as a musician. Like, you
Uh,
started, um, wow, like you and I were in the scenes back in the day. We were talking about that, but like, where did the band life start?
well, let's see. I got my DUI when I was around 27, and I was like, man, I really need to do something with my life. I was going to school or whatever, but like, Lord, what a mess. And that's when I decided to really focus on bass. Like I just said, okay, you need to pick something. And I picked bass. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. And so I signed up for lessons. Um, you know, and I got into DVC, so I was doing like cover bands with them, and I was in a couple of different groups like Fleet Street, Blue Streaks, and a couple other bands. Like I was doing background vocals at first, and then there was one night where we were playing like Evil Ways, and I was like, I really want to like see what I could do here. And so we're kind of standing in line. The band's kind of waiting in line, and then you go and your band plays the song, and you go out. And so I asked my friend, like, hey, can I borrow your bass? Like, can you kind of like just teach me that line real quick and like see what I can do? Because like background vocals is fun, but it wasn't like I wanted to do more. Like I always imagined myself playing an instrument and singing or something. So he taught me the line, and I went down there. Evil Ways is not an extremely complicated song, just 3 notes, and like went down there. And my teacher Steve Sage, who was an incredible mentor, he looked at me and was like, "You." I see you, and now you're in trouble. Like, so I took the risk. I said, screw it. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna try it. And ever since then, I haven't looked back. And I joined a band called Fleet Street, and I remember practicing in the backseat of my car for on my lunch breaks and on my 15-minute breaks, just practicing away just to get ready to play like a 3-hour set because that was my first gig was a 3 hour
It was
set.
just all cover songs?
Yeah, and I couldn't do it. I got through 2 of them, but then we needed help with one of them. They were doing things like Stormy Monday and jazz songs like
Oh.
that. So um, I just wasn't ready. And but I did my best. I watched YouTube videos. I got tabs. I called friends. I did whatever I could. Um, and yeah, I stayed with them for a pretty long time. And then I was like, covers are cool, but I really want to do metal. And I think that's when you came around, and you were the first metal band that I jumped into, um, with "Giving the Devil's Due."
Oh boy. And there was a lot of interesting history with that. Like we don't have to go into too much. Like I left my own band, you joined as the singer, and then there was stuff in between, and yeah.
Yeah, I was not ready at the time for that. I didn't even have like my screaming vocals down or nothing for that. But like that was like my first real opportunity, and I'll always thank you for that because like it was like I was super nervous, and then I went into Dust of Ruin, and I was with them for like 3 years, and that's when I hit up Ton, and I was so nervous. I watched their band for like a week before asking to audition. I was like, I don't know. Oh gosh. And I got in, and that was like some of my first real experiences with like playing a show, really like getting it from the ground up, and like they were an incredible group of guys who taught me like a ton of stuff. Like I definitely wouldn't be at this level without that band. And then that's when after that I was kind of like, okay, well, things just didn't work out, and Devils in the Detail was formed with my boy Malou. Malou Hertz and I co-formed the band, and we got Robert Anderson in. He's like badass slap jazz bassist. Oh my god. And then Malou's like punk metal, like, and so we just kind of combined forces, and that's where we're going with that. And he makes his beats and stuff, like, so it's a really, really do it yourself, really creative. And then other opportunities came, like Here at the End. That was really cool, short lived, but I got some of the biggest opportunities, and we played with Vader and Abysmal Dawn, and I got a great story from that show too.
Before you get into that, let's bring Lunchbox into the show. So,
all right,
ladies and gentlemen, please give us just a moment as we, bring our boy onto the show. We miss him. So let me add him to the call. So 1 second, folks. I really need to get paid extra for all this extra stuff that I do.
Yeah. Let's find out what happened to Lunchbox.
Then we'll get into the Vader story. All right, Lunchbox, are you there? Yo, all right, cool. Let me add you 1 second. Yo. All right, so let's get him up here.
Oh, righty then.
All right. We have a Lunchbox, and he has an incredible story. Fix your video, sir.
My video's fine. That's fine. You're in, brother.
Oh, there you go. And
I'm over there behind the comments. First and foremost.
Hold on.
All right.
All right. So let's do a test here. I muted your thing, so we probably don't have an echo. Go ahead.
All right. First and foremost, I would like to make a formal apology to our grateful, gorgeous, and garish guest, Tracy.
Oh, no worries, man.
My apologies. I am not one to ever be late. I am usually the first one on scene. I'm usually sitting waiting for Brandon. And secondly, my transitional, truthful, transcendent teller of tall tales of the terrifying, traumatic, and tragic type. You timely tool, you tumultuous in your turn of topographical travesties, both tremendous and tired. My apologies, my brother. As you know, I am never late.
You are never late, but you're definitely tardy. What's up, man? So
and I showed up with my gimmick ready too.
Yes, you did. It's good to see you, man. We've been having conversations about the past, and I was sad you couldn't be a part of that because we all know you love the past.
Well, I was actually, I got about 10 minutes ago, I was in front of I had, it's hard for me to get that gab going now that I didn't get my warm-up in. I've been watching the video for about the last 10 minutes. I got to hear the story, a little bit of the story of Giving the Devil His Due. I got to hear the Spirit Box story and Tracy telling us how she learned to play bass, mostly sitting in the back of her car on her 15-minute lunch breaks and shit. So that's badass. Like, that is true fucking commitment. I love it. Like, I'm really upset that today turned out the way it did because I've been looking forward to this interview all week. I don't know why we didn't snag you earlier.
Oh, it's okay. How about you? I don't know when you want to tell the audience.
Yeah, I think it's a good time for you to tell us why you're late, and it's an actual good story. So I kind of joked earlier at the beginning of the show that Mr. Lunchbox went on quite the expedition, and this is kind of what happened.
Okay, so those of you who are my friends on social media are very aware of the fact that I have a parakeet by the name of Enzo A. Ussery. He is a certified keet and a bona fide bird. Bada boom, only bird in the room. How you doing? He, all the time, whenever I do chores and whatnot around the house, around the yard, whatnot, I'll throw him on my shoulder and walk, from the house to the trash can. No problem. He never goes anywhere. Well, for whatever reason today, I walk out the back door and he, boom, flies off.
Oh, no.
And and he goes into the neighbor next door to me's tree, and that's very heavy, and so I can't see him, but I saw where at least it looked like he landed. So I go to that neighbor's, tell them. They're like, I try to look, can't see him. Go to the neighbor behind them, who is actually a really cool dude named Zergog, who I met when I was doing a beer review live in my backyard. He yelled over the fence, "Hey, drummer dude, let's jam sometime." And so I call, and he's got the sickest mullet. And
he's
so
had that
I
for
called
years.
him, I was just like, "Hey, dude, are you home?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay, long story short, I lost my bird. I think he's in your tree. Can I come try and see if I can't spot him?" Couldn't spot him, tromped the neighborhood a little bit, and this area's got a lot of beautiful old trees, really green, and so my parakeet happens to be of similar color.
Oh, no.
So I, took the needle in a haystack. I accepted he was lost. Well, about 7 o'clock, which is 30 minutes before pre-production, my wife comes in from having a cigarette before, I come out in the garage and get ready, and goes, "I can't see him, but I can hear him." So I went over to both my first next door neighbor and then Super Mullet Dude's house, and I was just going to put the cage on top of the platform that he's got there and see if Enzo would just drop in and maybe grab a bite to eat, and I'd come grab him in the morning or whatever. Well, once I got up in the tree, I spotted him. And so I tried to get to him. He's a little out of reach. I readjust the ladder. He flies off. Thankfully, my wife's in the backyard, and he goes and flies to the neighbors right behind me, who we have an animal history with these guys. The first one being, one day I come home and there's a yellow-colored rock in my backyard. It turns out it was a turtle on its back.
Oh, no!
Their turtle that they had found out on the highway here, Buck Wild, as they aptly named him, had dug his way under the fence, and my wiener pit flipped him over.
Wow.
So the first time I formally met these guys, I knocked on their door and was like, "Hi," and they're like, "You found the turtle." And then the next time was under much suckier circumstances when their rabbit poked its nose under my fence and my two dogs got a hold of it.
Oh.
So then I had to go have that tough conversation. "Hey, my dogs took out your rabbit."
Yeah.
So I walked from Zergog's to their house and knocked on the door with a bird cage in my hand. And immediately his wife goes, "What's in my backyard?" And I'm like, "Oh, hopefully a parakeet." And so we go look, he's not in the backyard, and we're out in the front yard, and I hear his single solitary chirp. So we find him in a tree. And so the reason I'm late is I've spent the last hour and 20 minutes with a fishing net duct taped to a Webster trying to get a parakeet out of a tree.
Oh, no.
And I was unsuccessful. He's still there. So we left his cage down there. We don't think he's going far. Okay. So I left his cage chock full of fresh water, birdseed, and millet with the top off down there for him. And hopefully in the morning I'll walk over and he'll just be roosted looking pissed as fuck. Otherwise, I've still got the ladder in the back of my truck and the Webster with the fishing net. And we're going to take a stab at that. I also got my second COVID vaccine today.
It's an eventful day for you, man.
Sadly. Not in the way I'd like. So against Dr. Brandon's advice, I'm having a beer.
Fair enough, man. I wish you well in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel so bad.
Thank you, both of you. But by the way, Tracy, love your legendary short fuse shirt.
Thank you. gotta represent the dudes.
They I went and saw them a few years, 5, 6, 7 years ago on my birthday.
Oh, nice.
And they were awesome. And when I told their bass player it was my birthday, he's like, "Well, let's get a shot." And I was already, 2 sheets to the wind. And he's just like, "What are you drinking?" And I'm like, "Well, what are you drinking?" "You don't want what I'm drinking." "What are you drinking?" "Straight Goose with twist of lime." "Psh, pour me up, baby."
I don't like I don't like vodka, but man, Straight Goose is good.
Ice cold with a twist of lime.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for your final drink.
Yeah.
Right?
of a drunken birthday.
That's a good one to end on.
Yep, I probably got in the car and fell the fuck asleep for the ride home.
That is awesome. No, those guys are just so cool. Like, they really just do make you feel like family when you're there.
Yeah, they're super cool, and their attitudes and welcoming nature are only matched by how badass of a sonic force they are.
Yes, yes. Like, I'm very much looking forward to seeing them after shit gets back. You know what I mean? Oh, that's going to be such a sick show.
Yeah, their digital performance that they did at the DNA Lounge semi recently was badass. I was fortunate enough to have them on Devastated Fest the last time I had one live at 924 Gilman Street. They fucking killed it, man.
So sick.
Always. So, speaking of shows, though, before Mr. Lunchbox came on, tell us about your Vader experience.
Oh man, so that was really cool. We got hooked in. I think it was like it was pretty much one of my last shows before COVID like shut down everything, right? It was at the end of February, I believe. And I was at the Oakland Metro, a venue that I've always wanted to play. So I was just like, oh, this is amazing. So, of course, I'm really nervous. We're getting ready and stuff to go. And, they're pretty tired. I think it was towards the end of their tour. So I really wish I got a picture with them. But I was like, no, let's not bug them. I didn't want to be like, oh, I know you're like exhausted, but selfie, So like, but I did I was wearing like my Invisible Dawn t-shirt because like they're one of my favorite bands, and they're like, oh, oh, I like a shirt and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, like cool stuff. So not a lot of interaction, but they were really cool. And like Hideous Divinity was really awesome to like talk to. Literal, really awesome to talk to. We get to watch Vader getting ready in the back and stuff, and just watching him changing strings, getting ready. Like it was just really incredible experience. And we got on stage. We're the first band to play. I think it was pretty awesome. I had like a lot of friends in the audience. I'm looking down, my husband's doing merch. It was just a really cool experience. And, get to watch the rest. And then in the audience is a gentleman from Dark Glass. So he approaches me afterward and he's like, hey, I really like what you're doing. It'd be great if you could come into our studio sometime and check out our stuff. So I went and, so I was like, oh, what's Dark Glass? I didn't know what it was at the time. And then my friends are like, are you kidding me right now? Like, when I showed my bandmates, like, the business card, and they're like, dude, like, this is, like, one of the most legit, like, bass metal companies. Like, you need to go in there and, like, you need to check it out.
Wait, they're a bass pedal company?
Yes. Like, I have a couple of I have the one that I got to go in there and I got to check out their merch, and they gave me like this vintage Ultra pedal that I got on a discount, I believe, and then like the harmonic booster I got. And oh man, these are like the two pedals that I play with now. I used to have a bunch of Boss pedals. Now these are like my main two. They make my Dingwall sound like absolutely freaking incredible. And so I got to go in there. I got to play Dingwalls. I got to play Music Men. I got to check out these different pedals and stuff, and he's just, got to know me a little bit and everything. Flash forward to, a couple of years later, I'm doing a live recording in the same studio with Dead Redwoods, and he's just across the hall. I was like, that is so sick. I was like, oh, please tell him I said hi.
I was like, oh shit, what's up?
Yeah, I thought that was so cool. So yeah, I still rock these, but yeah, it was right before the pandemic hit and stuff, but I got like, a bunch of people talking to me and stuff afterward. I just thought it was so cool. Like, everyone was just like, oh, that was badass. That was, like, really just made me feel at home. There's still a picture, which there's an audience member that gave me this picture, and I still carry it with me to this day.
Oh, that's badass that you carry it.
I still have this. I carry it everywhere. He's like, keep it with you. It's good luck. I literally did not take this out of my wallet.
Well, from the looks of it, it has been good luck.
Yeah, it really has. But yeah.
So I was gonna say, like, wow. You went from playing one badass show at a venue that you've always wanted to play to getting hooked up with a very expensive, very high-class music equipment company. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not signed by them or
No,
anything.
like-
I gotta put that out there. But it was still really cool to have the connection.
But you got introduced, and you're semi-sponsored, soft sponsored.
Kind of, yeah. Like I
Like
can
you
call
said,
them. And, yeah,
You got a discount. You get, you have a relationship with them. I mean, we also we can hook you up with Arcane cabinets too if you're not yet. But
that'd be awesome.
actually, I believe one of your band members is already hooked up with. Oh, we're not supposed to talk about that yet.
Oh, okay.
But you might want to talk to one of your band members. They might have an in for you with Arcane cabinets.
You know what though? Before we get into the nitty-gritty about music stuff, I want to play a game.
Ooh.
I want to play a game.
So, this game is actually for the both of you.
Oh, you included me. How kind
I
of you.
included you. I purposefully did not send you the game this time because I wanted to include you because I know Miss Tracy is quite the beer aficionado, and I know Mr. Lunchbox is a beer aficionado.
Ooh.
So we're gonna play a very simple game of real or not.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm game. By the way, I didn't realize you were such a beer fan, Tracy. Like, you'd probably be pretty proud of what's sitting in my fridge right now. And if you ever make it my way, man, please, let's get together and I will talk craft beer with you all night, and we'll drink a lot of them.
Oh, let's discuss, please.
So
well, right now, have you ever had Kern River?
Kern River. I don't think so.
This is a Kern River Brewing Company's Citra Double IPA.
Ooh.
One of my personal favorites. They only brew like a batch every 6 to 10 months.
Oh, man.
And this one was brewed March 22nd. There's the born on dates on the can.
I love that.
I have literally gotten these less than 3 days old before.
Oh,
Like,
yes. Oh, that freshness.
yeah, they prepped the shipment. I think it was they prepped this shipment and a couple others and delivered them. I used to actually work for the company that distributes them.
Oh, cool.
And my buddy, Sean Lillis, by the way, Sean, my condolences, and I raise my glass to the memory of your father who just passed yesterday. He still is kind enough to let me know when new and exciting beers are coming in, because that was actually how I got hired on. Was I worked at a gas station that he distributed to. I was his first contact.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he needed a part-timer in my area, asked if I'd be interested. And that week, my mother had actually passed away, so I told him no. And then 2 weeks later, he happened to pop in to take an order, and I was just like, hey, man, like, is that still available?
Sure.
You know, and he gave me his boss's number. Next thing you know, I'm working for him for a few months, and I was sad the relationship had to end, but Coca-Cola does not make for a side gig being available.
Oh, bummer. Yeah. Is
And,
that like Horizon or Horizon Distribution or
No, it was I worked for California Sungold.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's too
No.
bad. Yeah.
No, I'm down here in essentially, for lack of a better term, the Modesto, Merced, Fresno area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm down in Los Banos. I'm in the middle of nothing.
The bathroom.
yes.
It's the baths, sweetheart. The baths.
The
Right
baths.
after the Alkaline
Excuse
Mercy
me.
Hot Springs, about 15 miles up the road, that I would love to like do a talk and shop with the Boss in the Box show from there while we all soak in the alkali
Wait,
tubs.
so
Yes.
So is the hot spring like an actual hot spring, or is it like a sewage waste dump, kind of like We're the Millers or something?
No, it's an actual hot spring. Like, they have these little cabins you can rent, and like these baths where they come out, like these ivory tubs where you can go in and sit in them. You can, there's camping, like they do natural mud masks and all sorts of shit.
Sick.
It's actually it's right around the way from what's called the Path of the Padres, which is an old mission walk where in the late 16 and early 1700s, even before, you know, the original colonizers of America had come this way, there were the Spaniards and whatnot, you know, building missions and doing those sorts of things.
Oh, yeah.
And and there's actually a lot of history about that around here.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say we drive through there quite a bit with my traveling, so that's good to know because I'll definitely bring by some craft beers on my way back or forth and stop by through there.
Oh, Tracy, if you are ever in my neck of the woods, I'll hit your DM and I'll throw I'll throw my digits at you. Come by and have a meal, play with my kid, my dog.
Yes.
Come meet my wife. Too. Come break some bread, man.
I
Anytime.
I absolutely recommend it, actually. If you come down there, Lunchbox is an excellent cook. He's great entertainment. You'll have a great time. Bring your husband, bring your kid. Like, it'll be good stuff, man.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Because, my husband's bring the craft beer, too. We can talk all night.
Oh, yeah, just bring an air mattress, too, while you're at it, because you ain't going nowhere. I got a guitar rig. I got a small PA, drum kit. Like, you do have to bring a bass rig.
Oh, that's no problem at all. I actually have too many.
Like, you got to bring a bass rig and a guitar. But other than that, I got your back. Like,
oh, man, I'm down. I usually bring my bass with me anyway, so I'm down.
Covered.
I'll tell you what. Nobody's going to have your back right here because we're going to play a game of real or not. I'm going to throw some beer names at you, and you're going to tell me if they're real or not.
All right.
For the first time ever, usually we do this with just the guest, but for the first time ever, we are doing versus mode. Mr. Beer himself, Mr. Lunchbox, going against Tracy LaBrie. Did I say that right? I butcher everybody's name.
It's LaBrie.
LaBrie.
See, and I, as a broadcast journalist, I told Tracy straight up. I hit her up and was like, I have one question.
How do you pronounce it?
And it was, is your name? And I phonetically spelled it out 3 different ways and was like, it's one of them. Which one is it? And she immediately was like, dude, I appreciate that. Like, nobody ever takes the time to do that. And I was just like, dude, I have a weird last name. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's play another real quick game, Brandon, before you get to it. Tracy.
Oh, no.
Since I got your last name right on
shot,
I would like you to take one shot at mine.
Oh, gosh.
Do you need a reminder of how it's spelled?
Is it Ursary?
Close. That's one of the usual mispronunciations.
Okay.
I know my last name looks like beautifully ethnic, like it should have some beautiful flourish to it, but it's not. It's really just Ussary.
Ussary. Okay.
Like yes sirree, but you'd be like at the beginning.
Got it. So not Ursary. Ussary. Got it. I was like, oh, I'm going to butcher it. Oh, no.
It's okay. I butcher it every single week, and I even asked you before the show how to pronounce your name, and I still screwed it up, so it's okay.
That's your gimmick, Brandon.
It's not a gimmick, man. It's real life.
Hey, if Shawn Michaels' Jesus fanhood was a gimmick, then this is a gimmick too, because that was real life as well.
So, fair enough. So basically the rules of this game are you take a gander at if the drink is real or fake. If you guys have the same answer, that is okay. You can agree with each other. Okay. So if one says fake and the other one says fake, that's okay. So 2 of the same answers is just fine. So you guys ready to guess if a beer is real or fake?
I'm ready.
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start out with something that seems, I don't know, a little up your alley. So the name of this one is a smoothie sour.
That is absolutely real.
A smoothie sour is what the name is. Okay. I thought they'd be a little more creative, but I want to say it's real.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a smoothie sour is a collective arts brew with, with acai, strawberries, blackberries, banana, and granola, and it's absolutely real.
Wow.
So, ding, ding, ding.
Hey.
Did you happen to catch who brews that? Because I've had a lot of smoothie collective arts.
Collective arts.
I've had a lot of smoothie beers and what else? I've definitely had a lot of sour.
Like milkshake IPAs, you know? Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Milkshake IPAs. I've had some killer pineapple ones.
I did some homework on this one, so you guys are going to enjoy this. All right, number 2. Einstock Icelandic White Ale.
That's absolutely real.
I just had one of those, my last one on Sunday night, real.
Yeah.
All right, correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Matter of fact, that's what I was drinking on our last show when you told me not to say it so ethnically.
What?
He was like, "Can you sound less like a Nazi?" Because as you may have guessed,
Einstock.
Einstock. And you know, being as I'm the Tech 9 fan I am, it's Einstock. Tech 9.
Yes.
Einstock. Tech 9. Dude,
who keep this motherfucker outside?
Einstock.
What Tech 9?
Hey, zero.
Oh,
dude, the last time I saw him and Chris Calico do that song was at X Fest in Modesto. Oh my God, Chris Calico, that was before Chris Calico lost all the weight.
Dang.
And like, dude, they were so badass because, okay, you've seen Tech 9 live, right?
No, I have not.
Oh my God, do it.
I know, so terrible. I have not.
I saw him live for the first time on tour with ICP.
Oh, that's sick.
Well, get this. 3 months or so prior, I was flyering for a show I was promoting in Merced at the mains room. And my boy J-Dub was running sound for Tech 9 that night. And he was on the show, so I came to drop him a stack. And he was like, "Hey, why don't you guys come watch the show? I'll get you in." And we're like, we got to promote. We got to get back home. We got to blah, blah, blah.
Right.
About 3 weeks later, ICP, or 3 months later, ICP was in Reno. My boy picks me up from work and looks at me and goes, "Dude, we fucked up by not going to that show."
Yeah.
Oh.
And he played me Absolute Power on the way home that night. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Well, turns out a week before that tour, Tech 9 broke his foot.
Oh, dang.
And so he comes out. And the best thing about him, you know how a lot of rappers have hype men to help them handle lines that they can't handle on, you know, he does it so they can do 3-part vocal harmonies.
Oh, I love that.
And so when they did Einstein, both that night and the Modesto one, Tech 9 during that chorus, he's hopping on 1 foot. And like, he just book across stage on 1 foot.
Wow.
And both him and Chris Calico, like when they hit that part, you know, they'd hop and then they'd do that side to side. And like, oh my God, dude, for a big dude, Chris could move then. I can't. He probably does the splits and backflips.
Okay.
But no, go see Tech 9 live. There is a reason why he is the world's #1 independent rapper and has been for a decade.
I'm down. Beyond down. I've always wanted to.
Dude, he's great. And by all accounts, seems like a class act, too.
And speaking of class act, let's get the number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have is a Hooster brand Imperial IPA.
Hooster.
Yep, that is HOOSTER. Hooster brand.
I think I want to go with fake on this one.
I'm going to agree with Tracy and say false.
Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, your answers are absolutely correct. Hooster brand is absolutely false. But it sounds like a fun beer, though.
Right?
Well, at least, now we know we can come up with a brewery name.
Hooster brand.
Hooster brand.
All right, number 4. This is Hitachino White Ale.
Hitachino?
Yep. I don't approve of hitting dudes named Chino. Or really anybody that doesn't agree to fight you anyway. But I'm gonna bite and say real.
I was gonna think the same thing. I think real.
All right, so a Hitachino White Ale is absolutely real. It is from a Kuichi brewery.
I was gonna say that sounds like a brewery I want to find out about.
Don't you just want to find out about all of them?
I do. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that.
I could make a vacation out of touring breweries.
We have, and by the 5th day you're like, oh god, but like, but it's fun.
See, I don't do it that way because I want to remember most of my vacations.
Fair.
But the last time I went on vacation to Oklahoma, Muskogee, Oklahoma has a really good brew house.
Oh yeah.
And my dad, who does not drink often, I was like, let's go catch a beer or two at this brew house. Oh my God. They had the best pineapple ale I have still ever had to this day.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we went on a cruise. We did that Catalina Escondido? No.
Escondido, yeah.
Yeah. We did that cruise, and oh man, we had this like wonderful black Mexican lager and like these pub pretzels that were out of this world from this place. Oh my gosh, like I want to go back. Like, and then what we usually do is set up a bottle shop and get as many variety of cans as possible because sometimes they sell singles. So you're like, okay, I may not be able to hit every brewery, but like, which ones interest me? Like, and then like pick from there, like, okay, if there's one that we didn't think of yet.
So you guys are currently absolutely tied 4-4.
Can we beat Gershok? Can somebody finally beat? Oh wait, no, the Randy Savages.
Yes. So the Randy Savages are currently the leaders of this game. We asked them a bunch of Macho Man Randy Savage questions, and they got every single one of them correct.
No. Nikki Savage got every one of them correct. Jesse leaned on his boy. By the way, I just want to say, for the record, Nikki Savage, brother, I'm calling you out right now here. Hold on, I'm talking shop with the boss in the box, brother. I'm going to take you down. That's right. I'm going to take you down like an elevator. Loving an elevator, living it up when I'm going down, brother, and you're going down.
And if he's going down, brother, the Hulkster's going to have his back. Like every single week on Talking Shop with the boss and the box.
Dun, 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 dun. Brandon is a real American, ladies and gentlemen. I assure you.
All right, well, I'll tell you what is not American, and the name of this beer is a Rataburger Zwickel beer.
Rataburger Zwickel. Rataburger Zwickel. I'm gonna say that's fake.
We're going to disagree. That's ridiculous enough for me to say it's real. Just because I feel like Brandon would try and throw us off the scent.
Right. No, I'm like, ooh, what would he do?
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Rataburger Zwickelbeer is indeed a real beer, is an export beer, is a 16.9 ounce can Pilsner.
Ooh.
So,
nice.
I believe that's German. I don't know.
Beer spelled B-I-E-R?
B-I-E-R, yeah.
Yep, that's German.
All right, so
nice.
He's got -1. All right, the next one, number 6. Once we get through this game, we could get through the real nitty-gritty. I can't wait to get some of these details on these band projects, get to some music videos and talk some shop. Number 6, Tiki Luau.
That's real.
That's real to me.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, it is real. Yeah, I've seen it again at the store.
Yep, it's absolutely real. It is by the 7 Island Brewery, and it sounds.
Yep, like I'm with you. I've seen that.
Yeah. I remember. I'm like picturing that can right now. Yeah.
Right, like it's got the tiki faces on it.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
All right,
Sick.
so Oh yeah. So don't.
I
don't-
want a beer. Making me want a beer right now.
So number
Wait. You didn't bring beer. Hold on. Slow down.
Though.
I'm getting into interview mode here. You didn't bring beer.
Oh, we have beer here, but I brought a margarita. But I should have brought a beer with me. I'm gonna text my husband and tell him to bring me a beer.
Do it.
Well, I mean, hey, that's fine. Like, it's funny. My wife a lot of times is off camera here. Like, I actually I started I don't know. Yeah, you follow me. I've lost a grip shit of weight, and now I'm pushing for a 1 in front of it.
Yeah, that's amazing, dude. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you. I don't know if you're gonna say that when you see the end result, and I'm gonna call this out right now live on the show. Hey, Brandon, you want to do a Dude War calendar?
Sure.
Like, now, you just want to do talking shop with the boss in the box, or are we recruiting wrestlers?
We need to recruit wrestlers, man. We can't just have 12 months of our sweaty, hairy, nipply bodies.
First of all, I'm only hairy from like mid-thigh down, and secondly, okay,
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully Papa Esco will do it. Maybe he might even smile once.
Mike Vanek.
Please tell me there's gonna be like sexy on the ring photos, like.
Dude, I have you're lucky you didn't get a DM this week, because I've been reaching out to a lot of my female friends and supporters on especially some of the burlesque dancers I know on and the sex workers I know on what would be good ideas. And so far, like, I own a Santa suit, so there's that.
Oh yeah, definitely do that for Christmas.
There's that Michael Myers shoot out there, so I think I'm gonna do Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, and so if I do it with, you know, somebody, I have to make sure that they're really short, because I'm pretty short, but I am a brick. So, you know, like, cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming up hopefully for Christmas this year, you get to see me, Brandon, and a bunch of other dudes in a classy, semi-naked.
I'd buy that calendar.
Naked doesn't bother me. I do it online all the time.
It's different when we're shopping it to everybody, Brandon, and it's cool. Like, because you're supposed to come invade my house sometime while you're on summer vacation. So I have some nice picturesque ideas we can do. And I mean, come on, dude, how are we not going to do one together?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Like let's stand naked together and take pictures for enjoyment.
To quote your wife, "You guys are so gay."
Hey,
I love it. Do
cool. And that's cool. Like, if Matt Stone and Trey Parker can do it, why can't we?
And speaking of which, let's get to number 7. We got a lot of ground to cover, so let's do this game, man.
Some of these pictures better involve some craft beers. You know, just pour it on you.
Well, if nothing else, we'll probably have drank a few, because, you know, the courage is going to be needed.
Oh,
We're gonna have to fix the lighting, because I'm gonna be nice and red and toasty.
I got an offer from a friend to use her hot tub.
You got to go to those hot springs you were talking about.
They're going to be like, "What are you doing? Why are you naked? Why are you taking
We're
pictures?"
about to lose Mike Vanek.
Dude, what about lose Mike Vanek every fucking week, dude? Shut up. Quit whining. You act like you ain't never seen me mostly naked. I'm in nothing but losers, for Christ's sake.
Okay, my friends, now that you're in a laughing mind, can you guys tell me, real or fake, a Bushmacher's dark ale?
Fake. I'm saying fake. You took Bushmills and something else and combined it. This is like when I threw out Icicle Dick for a black metal band.
Yeah, because I know there's like Bush, you know. I've never been to
Bushmills.
Fiber or whatever. I'm gonna have to go with fake too, because I don't know. I think I've heard Bush.
It's BUCHMACHERS dark ale.
Fake.
I want to say it's fake. Dark ale?
And you both are correct. Good job.
Yeah, I don't know a beer's called dark ale.
Well, dark ales would be like your Newcastle's brown ales.
Okay, I usually hear them called brown ales instead of dark ales, though. Like, or black ale, or you know.
Right, dark ale, or usually you get into the stout territory right about there.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a dark lager?
Yeah, black lagers.
Yes,
they're one of my favorites.
Oh
I
my
love
God,
a good
they're
black
so
lager.
wonderful.
Oh my God, so good. Like they have that like Negro Dos Equis. I like to get that from time to time. I think it was or the Negro was it Modelo, excuse me.
Yeah, Modelo Negros.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and just tell you, I don't like the general sort of the cervezas.
Yeah, like regular Modelos or Pacifica or.
You know what? I love Pacifico.
Pacifico, excuse me. Yeah.
Like me and my boy Zombie, we have a particular thing for Pacifico where, when we were in a band together, and me and him share a birthday. So whenever it was, hey, let's split a 12-pack, he would bring a 12-pack of Pacificos.
Oh yeah, like Coronas feel like I'm licking a pocket of pennies.
Yes! Oh my God, dude. Like in my old age, yellow beer is garbage.
Oh my God! Like they'll be like, "Oh, we got Coors Light." We're like, "No, thank you." Like,
hey, you know what? I am particular. I am that guy. My singer even loves when I show up because he's like, you know what? The rest of the band is drinking Coors Banquet. I know Lunchbox is gonna bring me a good beer.
Yeah. Yes, that's like my poor band's like, I got the 9% IPAs. Let's go, guys! Like,
oh, dude. Do you get Liquid Gravity up where you're at?
Yeah, I think so. Liquid Gravity?
That's the brewing company.
We get that. It's out here. I've seen it at Bevmo over here.
Yeah,
dude. That is my brewery right now. They just came out with a strawberry guava called Baby Carlos, named after The Hangover.
Oh, nice!
And actually, you know what? Hold tight. Hold, please. Hold, please.
I apologize, Tracy. This entire interview has gone to beer.
I love it. It's cool. I asked my husband to bring me one. Well, hopefully he'll get my message.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Liquid Gravity Meet the Flockers.
That's amazing.
That looks good.
Have you ever heard of Ghost Town Brewery? I think that'd be right up your alley.
I've seen the name, but I think they're a Bay Area brewery, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, their deliveries, I think it goes to San Jose, and I think that's as far as it goes so far. But, like, oh, my God. If I could bring you a 4-pack down or something, I absolutely will, because you would be, like, an instant fan.
How does Casa de Fruta sound as a halfway meeting point?
Shit, I'll drive all the way down. I don't care.
I love Casa de Fruta.
Oh, okay.
You know
I'm
what
down.
I mean?
I love going new places.
Oh, you've never been to Casa?
Ooh.
Oh, dude, it's that spot right on 152 where they've got the restaurant and the old, they've got a carousel, a little park for your kids.
What?
They've got a really cool farmer's market with, they brew their own beer.
Hey.
Dude, that's one of my favorite places in the world.
Oh man, I'm gonna definitely need to check that out. Yeah, I'm down then. Let's do that.
All right. Let's make the plans.
That's a good halfway point between here and San Jose.
I'm down.
Sounds good to me.
Any chance to hang out with the both of you, that would be amazing.
Oh man, that'd be so dope.
All right, so number 8. We're gonna go to gimmick beers. So this beer is around during the Halloween time. This is Franken Ale's Pumpkin Brew.
I want to say that's real.
Real. I always love how Brandon goes old school and he goes down and he writes his notes.
Got to print it out.
Hey, don't get me wrong.
I'm not clowning you. I do the same thing.
When I do my gimmick, the string of introduction, words with one letter or whatever, I write those down by hand.
Typing it out.
I write lyrics by hand because I believe when you write it out, it has a more you're more connected to it. I write my goals by hand.
Absolutely. I did that with school. I wrote all my notes by hand. Like, yeah.
So the answer, my friends, is it is absolutely fake.
Oh, shit.
Which means Lunchbox has a -1, Miss Tracy has a -2, and we're down, almost down to the wire. So number 9 is a Moreland Old Speckled Hen.
That's real.
That's real.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what? I'll just get to the point. That is absolutely real. That is from Green King, and that's available nationwide. Yeah.
Nice.
And
all right, so I've already beat Gershok, but I have no chance of tying with the Randy Savages.
All right, so
I lost my chance too. You're good.
Number 10, but we have a bonus. Once we get past number 10, depending on where we're at, we'll have a bonus. Very, very simple. Let's see. It's easy for me to say. Famosa Cervacia Centro Am.
Can you say that one more time?
That is a Famosa Cervaceria Centro Am. What the hell did I write down?
Cerveza.
No, it's not Cerveza. It's something else. What did I write down? It's probably Cerveza. I don't know.
I'm going with real because you had to write it down.
Yeah,
I wrote all of them down.
I don't know if you could. I mean, they're very creative if that's a fake one.
Right, he worked hard on that shit.
Hey, I did.
I'm gonna go with real on that one.
I did say I put in some research, but it is absolutely real.
Oh, wow. That's a hell of a name.
So Tracy has -2. Mr. Lunchbox has -1. But
no, we don't. Wait. No, wouldn't we actually be at 8 and 7?
No. We went through 10. You had one wrong, and Tracy had 2 wrong.
All right, so
yes.
9 and 8.
So, but you know what? I'll give the bonus. Let's give Tracy one last shot. Because she's been an amazing guest. This is probably one of my favorite guests that we've ever had so far.
Oh.
I'm really pissed today happened the way it did, dude. Like I said, I've been looking forward to this.
Hey, man, it's okay. I
felt bad about your bird, man.
It's okay. I got Tracy all to myself for like an hour. It was great. All right, here's your bonus. A Trooper Sun and Steel.
Trooper Sun and Steel. I'm like just thinking of the one you're drinking right now, but you know, the Iron Maiden one. I want to say, I kind of want to say it's real. 2% and Steel.
I want to co-sign that.
It's real.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is absolutely real. It is a Robinson's beer.
Hey!
It is actually the new Iron Maiden beer that is on the market right now.
I was gonna say, I was like, did you just show me that? I don't remember you saying Sun and Steel though, but I was like, Trooper.
He probably tried to hide the Sun and Steel part, like he was like cupping the bottom of the can just to be like, right? No, don't see it.
Ooh, you almost had me.
All right, so that makes Lunchbox the winner. He is always the winner of stuff. Good job playing, Miss Tracy.
Game,
good
sir.
job playing. You put up a good
Thank
fight.
you.
And you know what? You did amazingly well.
Thank you.
You know,
she beat Gershok.
Yeah, she beat Gershok.
Hey.
And I have tied the Randy Savages.
Right. And if this was me answering these questions, I would have not gotten really any of them right. So great job to both of you.
By the way,
Awesome.
in the chat, Kanga Bear says he was 0 for 10.
That's probably a good thing, King. That's okay.
All right, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a little break, and we're actually going to play a music video for you guys, which means we get to hang around and, you know, run off, take a piss. But I want you guys to watch this music video because It's pretty awesome. We said the word earlier. We said the word apocalyptic, and that's what we're going to play. We're going to play Devils in the Detail, starring Miss Tracy LaBrie.
Thanks, man.
And then we're going to come back and talk all about it. So stick around and check out Devils in the Detail. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Residents and other stakeholders competing for sidewalk space.
The fact that we are an immigrant population, that our community is small.
They no longer have been able to keep them out. The security perimeters around the
world is over, but you keep on living. You pray for death, but it never comes. This is purgatory.
The fire catastrophe in Australia, where the nation's largest evacuation is now underway.
There's nothing left to say since this apocalyptic change. So unfamiliar, simple life was taken all in vain. Look into their eyes and see the hate that burns inside. Nothing matters, just accept that this is now your life. Will you even recognize the person that you will become? Breaking every rule in the name of self-preservation. The things you never thought you'd do, all the lines you never thought you'd cross. For what you need and want, fuck everyone else at what cost. Stop calling peaceful, now that nothing matters anymore. All that euphoric as the chaos spreads across this world. But you embrace the violent sanctuaries closest doors. These people are these zombies, not a soul exists. Eyes are black, minds are empty, parasitic place. It's such a life, it's such a problem. Eyes and ears are shut. This is exactly how we got here. No one gives a fuck.
Oh wow, you too bad.
Oh yes, children invading. That's what
Yeah, dude.
it's all about.
Sorry, I could only hold her out for so long.
No, it's cool. Mine came on a while back and hung out for about 10 minutes and then hung up.
Oh no!
So that was Devils in the Detail. I gotta say, I've been listening to all the Spotify tracks, and every track is insanely different from the last one. Where do all you guys go from kind of like metalcore, little deathcore to some like lo-fi hip hop to like you guys are just kind of all over the place, and I dig it. Like where does this idea come from?
So like I usually have like I'm like more of like a thigh artist murder kind of like I like the angry, the the death metal kind of. And then Malou comes in with like these tight ass beats, and he's got a lot of depth in his soul in terms of like what he wants to write about and in terms of what he what he produces on guitar. So he's like more of a punk guy, more of a metal guy. And then Robert is like metal but melodic, but as this funk element. And so we kind of try, I don't want to be like controlling or anything in the project, and no one wants to be like, oh, it has to be this way, it has to be that way. But we do want to combine our strengths. So we kind of we write our riffs and stuff. We're like, ooh, how about like this element? And then like try to play with that. Like, okay, that doesn't work. Okay, how about this? And then we're like, ooh, that does work. Let's run with that. So like, I really like that we incorporate a lot of our different ideas. Like I'll write something and then it'll end up being completely different than like at the end of the day. Because of all the different elements that are added in. So like I try not to be like, okay, it can only be like, it can only be screaming, it can only be like, this many instruments or something. Like I like having the beats in there. Like I think it's so different, it's so cool. And I really like the idea of like twerking in the videos. So one day when I have money and I can pay for video, I can't wait. Because I love it. Like my friend, like dude, he just writes these beats and I'm just like, yes. And like, and even though it's metal, it's just like, I love that. Like, cause I'm kind of in between. I like hip hop and I like rap. I love that metal. I love that anger and stuff. And so we're kind of like combining it all into one,
Basically,
Go ahead, sir.
All right. What I'm saying is you don't want to take the attitude of we want it to sound like X or we want it to sound like Y. We want it to feel like we want it to feel.
Yes.
And take every element that you can make sense.
Yes.
And then step to the left and then make it even crazier. Is
Yes.
that the attitude I'm getting?
Yeah, like I don't want to go too far off the mark, because you want to kind of put some sort of direction in there, right? I don't want to go too far off the mark. Like, there's going to be a screaming vocalist in there, maybe a little bit of cleans, but for the most part, probably some screams and stuff.
Right, theory exists.
Yes, but like I don't want to be in this box. I don't want to be like, I don't want these music, people to be like, oh, it doesn't sound like this. I don't like it anymore. Okay, sorry, but maybe these other people might, that like a little more open-minded or something. That's cool. But like, I don't want to be in this little box in terms of this band. Like there's a lot of talent there, and we're, and this is our first EP too. And now we're really honing in our sound, really honing in what we want or what we're thinking of, and working with each other. Like it's very, I think like I mentioned before, it's very do-it-yourself. So like my boy Malou writes the beats, records us, edits. Oh gosh, he makes the merch. His family makes us dinner when we come over. Like it's literally like that. Like we're all
What
just
else has Malou been involved in? Because that name just it keeps clicking. Like what else has he done?
Have you ever heard of Jaegerita from back in the day? That was his band with Robert and AJ, and I remember, what's that, baby? A chocolate ice cream. And I remember being like a fan of theirs when I first met them and stuff, and watching them on stage, and just kind of dreaming and idolizing. Man, I wish I could play like them, because they played like complicated stuff, and they were all doing vocals. Well, not all of them. I think it was just Robert and Malou doing vocals. AJ did drums. Oh no, I think they did some vocals. But they were all doing it. They're all playing complicated stuff. They're all like rocking it. And I just thought, wow, what a level of talent, right? And, their stuff is different, but it's good. And we kind of wanted to harness that energy. We even take some of those old songs and kind of like repurpose them a little bit. But yeah, it's from that kind of same energy. We want to kind of keep that level up. Yeah, strawberry ice cream. And we want to keep that level up, in terms of the music, keep each other motivated. And they definitely pushed me to new heights in terms of playing. Like, oh gosh, different kind of like chord ways they do things. So like, Malou's pretty, he's got some fun stuff up his sleeve. and so does Robert. And like, it's
So,
just
so
incredible
working
to
with
work
the band,
those two.
I noticed something very distinctive. You guys don't have a drummer. Do you guys have a drummer now, or is there plans to get a drummer?
We have been looking, and we do hope to try out someone soon. So that'd be amazing. I can't say too much about that one, but I do hope it works out because we really do want a live drummer. But we don't want to stop ourselves, from writing or performing or anything like that. So we're like, yeah, we'll use a drum machine if we have to. But like, man, like I kind of was telling, I think someone would be interested in playing for us once they see us live, Like they'll be like, oh, I like that. I like what they're doing. I think I can see myself in that,
What you're hoping you're doing is you bang your head into the perfect drummer who comes and sees what you're up to and basically approaches you and says, hey, y'all need a drummer. Like, I like what you're doing, but I can fill that spot you're missing. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, and like we tried to put out ads. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of bites or anything, and that's okay. We're still getting out there and stuff. But I firmly believe that we will. I think with this person that we're thinking of, or in the future, I think we will find someone that is highly interested in that, and then like could really come in and make it something beyond what we can even dream up or think of right now.
You're in the right area for it.
Absolutely, there's so much talent out here. Oh my goodness.
Tell us about the apocalyptic video. So, you're walking around with a mask and a doctor's coat. Like, what was your role? What was going on? Tell us the premise.
So, in that video, that was really cool. I want to plug my boy Marty because he did that video for us, and he's a really great filmmaker. Highly recommend him. Worked at the counter with him and stuff. Just a great all-around guy. And we wanted to kind of have like a couple storylines going on. So like, I'm the good Samaritan doctor that goes around. Robert's kind of the disgruntled worker that's like, he lost his job or, like especially during the pandemic and stuff, like just things aren't going right. Like these politicians are saying things, doing things, we're kind of going off of like all that rage and, frustration that was going on during that time. And then Malou is like the squeezy politician that, puts on a great face, but you see him, he's doing lines of coke in the back. He's, he's taking a little bit of his flash. He's like, whatever, screw this doctor lady, get out of my face. I'm more important than you, and so that was just really fun to kind of play with like the different storylines converging, like these three different people that are all part of this world that are converging into one, and just one moment can take everything and just.
I like that there was three distinctive vocal styles throughout the whole song. I thought that was really cool. Of course, I'm a little partial. I love the higher pitched vocals, so you totally killed it on that.
Thank
you. Kiss your butt a little bit.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, why do we have guests if we aren't here to kiss their asses a little bit?
Yes, keep it coming. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, we haven't got a guest yet that we just sat there and slammed and told they suck. By the way, Kangaroo, if you want to be that guest, come hit us up. Because we owe you one.
Kangaroo can do some raps, man.
We've been waiting, dude. He has been booked twice, and he's bailed on us both times.
Kangaroo.
I can't even get him to come to my house when I'm home.
Get him, Tracy.
I'm going to get you. Get out of here.
I like
You need to
Kangaroo.
be there. Get yourself out there, man.
Yeah, it seems like
Get out of here.
Like it'd be funny as shit.
Oh my God, yeah, you guys would have so much fun. I mean, comedian, rapper, like you guys would have a lot of fun together.
He keeps bailing. Dude, we had him for a Love Connection show and he bailed the day of.
I'm crossing my arms at you, man. I've known Kanga a long ass time, so that's too funny to me. That's I really think you should, but maybe when you get out there, do it.
I only know him from his weird ass posts.
Oh,
which keep me chuckling.
Fucking absolutely.
Yes.
Like Homeboy is one of my sources of entertainment, dude. Like social media fucking sucks nowadays, and it's mostly just people bitching about this, bitching about that, and then here come fucking Kangabear being like, I'm the sexiest 12-year-old you ever met.
And you're just like, I'm gonna take it. I'll take it.
Well, plus we have similar feelings on the band Everclear.
Oh, there you go.
Like we both agreed today that Sparkle and Fade is their best album.
All right, that's enough about Everclear. So let's
Hey, I can talk about Everclear all fucking night. Both the booze and the band. Actually, you know what, Brandon? Fuck off. Like, you had 45 minutes with Tracy to ask questions, and I had some in the hopper, and I haven't even got to let loose yet. No. Oh, shut. He's still there. He's ghosting us.
It's okay. He's done this before.
He does it all the time, dude. Brandon throws a Hall of Fame hissy, and then he disappears, but he's still there.
What I did bring you over, though, is I brought a couple beers over that I did want to show you. Here we go. It says, dude, you're muted.
Dude, you're muted?
Dude, you're muted. And then there's this one that I definitely need to throw in. It's by Crown and Hops. It's a black-owned brewery, and they're like one of my absolute favorites right now. I highly recommend it. And these guys, I got to make the label for. It's called Settle Down Beer. They're opening in Gilroy next month. And
that's only 40 miles away.
I highly recommend it. This is our other bass player in Devils in the Detail. It's his brewery with his brother-in-law. Brother-in-law? Yeah, with his brother-in-law, family. They're just, it's so good. Customizable beer. You could even call them up and like, hey, could you make something like this for me? And they can do it.
My wife's eyes just grew wide because she is a fan of Ballast Point's.
Yes.
They had a coconut. They had a Victory at Sea coconut porter.
Yes.
That we used to hunt down. Okay. So at the time, the biggest show of my life, Powerman 5000 at the Ace of Spades, right?
Oh, okay.
With Orgy.
What?
Oh, dude. And you know what? Orgy was one of the sickest bands I've ever played.
Oh my God. My friend Gina was just talking about that show. Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay, then she probably saw us on that show.
Oh, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, Nothing But Losers. We're the painted up weirdos where the fat guy won't stop jumping off stage.
God.
By the way, I'm the fat guy.
Not anymore.
Love it.
But, dude, I injured myself bad on those barricades every time, dude. I always had my shins swell up to like double size because it Anyway, yeah, dude, we used to, we went and bought out the entire stock from Bevmo a mile away, and I made myself, barely make it for stage time.
Oh, wow.
We'd already sound checked and everything, and I had 45 minutes. We ran to Bevmo, bought out all 14 bottles they had of this coconut stout at $10 a pop.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, my gosh. That shit was good, though.
Yeah, and they discontinued it.
Oh, they did?
And
well,
Jen, if you ever watch our beer reviews, out of every 5, 4 of them, my wife throws a tantrum and threatens to burn down Ballast Point because they discontinued it.
Well, did you know that the brewery one of the brewers for Ballast Point went to field work?
No.
Dude, I don't know if you've been able to try field work, but holy shit. I need to bring you some field work too. Okay, I need to bring you Ghost Town and field work because those are the top 2 of there's so many really good beers.
Well, like I said, after the show, let's get in each other's DMs and let's.
I'm gonna bring you some field work and you and your wife, and then she'll be like, "Oh, there it is."
Like I said, let's arrange a date for Casa de Fruta.
Beyond down.
Please include me because that sounds like a good time.
I'll let you know, but you got to make it out, Brandon.
I know.
Bring your kid and your wife.
Hopefully one day. Okay, so Devils in the Detail.
I was on my controversial question kick.
Oh.
And then beer got involved.
Okay. Sorry.
You had a question?
Actually, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Tracy. So, once again, Brandon admits he's the static question guy. I'm the fucking let's dig it in kind of guy.
Let's dig in. Let's go.
All right. So, not only are you a woman in a primarily male-dominated industry, but you are a black woman who, by the way, I'm sure loved the Black is Beautiful brew as much as I did. Yeah, we were both posting those. I remember that.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I gotta find those. I want to try that one.
Oh, they're amazing. They have a beer finder.
Did you get Full Circles, by the way, Tracy?
Full Circles?
Yeah, Full Circle out of Fresno. Oh, dude, they did a wonderful job of that.
Ooh.
Good, great venue too, which you guys need to make sure you give them a call and get down there.
Yes, please.
But you know, so of course the question being, what challenges have you faced, not only being a woman but a Black woman, dealing, you know, in an industry that, just bluntly stated, you know, you're not the norm of a presence. You know what I mean?
And I don't really think I faced too many terrible things in terms of like in bands. In bands, I've had a really lot of good luck. I've never really had a problem with that. I have ran into, you know, your audience members or, you know, like there was one time I went to like a Lamb of God show, and if you could imagine, and and there's a couple of, you know, kind of skinhead guys there. They didn't like me kind of hopping around the pit. One really big guy got me, flew like this to me, and I flew back like 7 feet on my back and like knocked the wind out of myself. And then I just kind of had to like hobble over and just kind of like wait on the sidelines and kind of recover. So I've experienced things like that. But in terms of like in bands, I've never usually had a problem. They're usually extremely really supportive. You know, yeah, I can't really say I've had a problem or anything. I do like expressing that like I'm a Black chick bassist. I would love to see more Black chick rocker bassists or musicians out there. Like there's a woman named Gabby at a Tulips band, and she's got like a collective that is, you know, these Black musicians, and they're rocking it. They're doing like Nirvana covers. They're killing it. And I just love seeing that because you don't really see a lot of that. And like, and you know, there's like this punk Black web page that I get to see a lot of like Black musicians doing the hard rock stuff. And I love it. I mean, like I'm a big fan of like LeJean from Seven Dust.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
Like that goes without saying.
Yes. God forbid. You know, yeah, like just all that. I loved watching that. I loved seeing it, and I wanted to continue it. Like you don't see a lot of like Black female artists in these main stages, and I just want to see more of it. You know, like I'm out there trying to, like, what I want to do, like especially with like my degree and stuff, I just want to break these glass ceilings and break these rules. I'm over it. Like
what degree is that?
I have a business management and economics degree. I'm trying to be a CEO and just kind of like wreck what's going on out there right now.
By the way, congratulations on that. We know it's very recent.
Yes, May. Yes, I finally just graduated after like, gosh, it's been 16 years.
And she has some amazing photos up of her graduating and rocking with her bass guitar and her diploma.
Yes.
I did wonderful. Rob Watkins killed it. Please hire him for your video and photography needs. He is absolutely amazing to work with. And it was so fun going on campus and going with the bass. I got like, you know, I brought my dingwall with me. I brought my Squire with me. You know, oh yeah, this is like my baby. And he just killed it with those photos. But I wanted to like take that degree, take the music knowledge, education, social equity. You know, oh thank you guys. And like, you know, just I'm like, I just want to break these glass ceilings. I want, you know, equity and pay. You know, have you know, something for my daughter to look after, you know, after I pass away, something for her instead of having to like go from your bootstraps, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm going for. And and I just want to continue it. And I just love seeing the inspiration. I seek it out. I love meeting people on Instagram. I love hearing new bands on Spotify. And there's a really cool, I wish I could remember the name of that Black metal artist. She's like, if I go to Europe, I have a feeling like I wouldn't come back if I ever got to a band out there. Because they love women out there. I'm like, man, I'm messing up. I'm here in America. They don't really want to do nothing with you. But like out there, we be killing it. Like,
well, just as a metal performer, you know, we feel like we belong in Europe.
Oh my God, yeah, just to be able to play one of those major festivals or something would just be off the hook. But I get off topic. But just, I've been really fortunate, I think, in my career, like, meeting really good people that really lift you up, and like the mentors and those people that really do get you out there. Like, I got to spend the last 3 weeks with my friend Regina Martin, who is just this powerhouse, excellent vocalist, like doesn't do metal at all, not even her thing, but she's always encouraging me and pushing me to the next step forward. And like, I love that. Even though it's not even her genre or anything, she's like, girl, do this, do that, like let's go. And so she's always been supportive. The people I met were supportive. Yeah, I think I've been really fortunate in that, and I really hope more people can experience that, or we see more, because there's not a lot out here in terms of like a Black chick doing hard stuff, like, or metal or anything. And I know, and I know some people that are like interested and like thinking about it. Like, I'm out here putting out risk and like, trying new music, trying new things, because I just want to hopefully be like, hey, I'm doing it, you can do it too, Like, let's bring each other up. Let's go.
Yeah. And speaking of chicks, there's another music group that you are involved in. They are called Arcane Existence. And
Yes.
you have quite a few ladies in that band, and you guys just absolutely slay. Tell us about Arcane Existence. How'd you get involved with them?
Oh man, lucky me. So
I love that attitude.
I've been following. I follow Kira and them in like Among the Torrent, which he was in that. So like, just watching her play is just like absolutely incredible. And then I got to see like Jade, she's like the screamer, and Becca is just this incredible like sopranoist, pianist. And then, oh man, just like watching them and just kind of watching their journey and seeing what they're creating and stuff. And then like, they're just getting out there, just creating something that's like, look, we just want you to listen to this and be like, that's tight. Instead, like that's what we want to hear. That's cool. And so I was really lucky. I played a show with Here at the End, who I got with Vader and Abysmal Dawn. And after that show, Kira had come up to me and asked me if I wanted to be in the band. So I was just like blown away, like, yes, like immediately. Like,
look, you got so many opportunities off that show alone.
Yeah, and like it was, just a couple months I was with them, but like it really opened so many doors for me and stuff. So I am thankful for that experience, even though it didn't work out. They got me into where I am like now, and I was so thankful for that. And so for the last year and a half, I've been learning their material, to be able to play live and stuff. And unfortunately not on the studio album or anything, but like, I just want to make it clear, I'm not on the studio album. That's Kira rocking that bass right there. Like, I'm just fortunate enough to be able to play something that resembles it. And like, and they gave me this great opportunity. Like, they're just fun to create. Like, we just create these different things together, and we have all these ideas, and it's just like really fun to brainstorm with them, and like, it's kind of thinking about the future and like what we could do. And it's just really inspiring. And yeah, they're just really motivating. They're extremely talented. Oh my God. Like, I get nervous sometimes because I'm like, oh man, I gotta get to that level, So I've just been kind of pushing myself to these new heights, and, they've, helped me with my practice routine. Like, I changed my practice routine with them. Like, okay, you're gonna, do all like however many songs in the set in a row, and then go back and like go over little things and stuff to build your endurance. And like, oh man. And it's like being able to play stuff like that and like head spin, or, it takes a lot. Like, you really got to like practice your dancing.
Let's take a minute and check out that head spin, because Arcane Existence just dropped a brand spanking new, and it looks great, by the way. Music video.
Yeah, that set was fun. We built that set as a group and came up with the idea for it as a group, and that was really cool.
Yeah, so let's take another minute and let's check out Arcane Existence, The Altar. So the comment during that song, Mike Vanek says, someone needs to clean up all the brain and skull off the floor because my mind is officially blown. Call Mr. Wolf. Oh, man, that
is a hell of a comment.
We have amazing song. Please, with a cherry on top, clean the fucking car. What are you talking about, Kanga Bear? Dude. Oh, I get it. It's a Pulp Fiction reference.
That was a cool video, but I gotta bust some chops.
I think you're gonna say exactly what I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
Why was the microphone not plugged in?
Oh no.
Like, dude, come on, man. Like, plug a cord into it and let it flow. Like, come on, dude. Like, you can't have a microphone. Like, come on. There's a bunch of music enthusiasts watching your video. We're going to fucking jump on that shit immediately.
We still got a view, though. We still got a view.
No, it was dope as shit. Like, all the way around, it was an intriguing video.
I'm playing. Yeah, we got to figure people will bust our chops on that one afterward. it was their first, or I say, our first music video.
So were you actually out in the woods, or was that like a backyard? What was that?
That was actually, I've been meaning to plug them in. That was actually our drummer Harley's backyard.
Yeah, because
he looked like he was worried the whole time too. Like, don't fuck up my backyard, man. Nobody step on the fucking ficus over there in the corner.
Nah, it was so cool, but I'm pretty sure we still need to clean up a little bit. But
no, for real, like the song itself was badass all around. It was mesmerizing with, 4 beautiful ladies and a badass drummer. Just fucking killing it, man. I didn't notice the micro. I was so in tune to what was going on the screen that I didn't notice the microphone till the end. So, like, dude, like, keep going. Just keep doing it.
Thank you.
I got to play with Arcane Existence a couple years ago at Mother's Day Metal Fest, and
yes.
they were awesome then. They're even better now. The lineup is it is complete.
Yeah, it's sick to play with them. It's really challenging. It's good. It's all around.
So you guys got the music video. So what's next? What's the plan currently?
We have a single coming out on July 5th. I can't say much more than that, but I think people are going to be very excited about the new single.
Juicy.
July 5th.
Yeah, wait.
New single from Arcane Existence. You heard it here first.
When you're hungover from July 4th, just, tune into Spotify. You're fine.
Well, judging by what we just heard, it's going to be beautiful and brutal at the same time. Now, with that being said, you have a few other things that you're involved in. Like, this is such a fun interview. I'm having a great time. We're like 2 hours and 15 minutes in, and we're killing it. So, you're involved in something called Dead Girl Rising. What is that? I tried to look it up, and I tried to research it, and I think I found something, but I don't think it's the right thing. So clear the air. What is this?
So I'm pretty sure they have their first EP on Bandcamp, which just came out, or I think Jessica just released their first EP on Bandcamp. But we're working on the second EP right now, which is really fun. It's all completely original. I get to write my own bass lines, basically based off of Jessica's piano, or Shadow's vocals, or the drummers, drum beats and stuff, and it's all digital because they're actually out of Toronto, Canada, and so I'm the one in California. There's 2 members in Toronto, and I believe one member is in a different country as well. So we all met on Instagram. I kind of saw her music and stuff, and I was like, wow, this is killer. She plays piano, and it's just but she's, screaming. There's angst, there's politicalness, there's just I love it. Like it's just, and you know, kind of like, like the back in the day, like Jack Off Jill or
Ooh.
okay, like yeah, it's like that, and I love that angry chick. Like you know, they're crying halfway through the lyrics and stuff. You know, it's like it's very powerful stuff, and I met this girl online and we kind of follow each other. We're kind of fangirling over each other for a long time. And, you know, she sees my bass stuff and, you know, I did a couple of songs for her and stuff, just, you know, like just kind of connected, filling out the waters. And then she asked me like, hey, would you like to become like a permanent member? And I was like, fuck yeah. Like I'm down for this all day. Like it's so different. It's so unique. But they're on Bandcamp, which, I could probably send you a link. But it's on Bandcamp, and then we're gonna start having. They are on Instagram, and we're just putting out little snippets right now. But we will have a video coming out, I believe, July 15th. We're gonna have our first single coming out from that new, or I'm sorry, the second single coming out from that new EP. Yeah, so it's different. It's so different. It's so fun. I love connecting with them. Like it's, you know, we've never met, but we talk like at least every other week. They're just extremely awesome females. Like it's an all-female band. They are so killer. Such nice people. Like I even though we've never met, I feel really close to them, you know, like it's really cool. Like it's such a cool connection.
Mike Vanek says Instagram is the hub for good bands, and he's absolutely right.
I've met so many cool people and connected with people, like I think I mentioned before, and just you know, you feel close to them even though you've never met them in person. And I can't wait till I get my butt to Canada and like meet them someday, you know, like. And yeah, it's I'm just really excited for what's to come for that because we have a really big future ahead of us, and it's like kind of a do-it-yourself project again. So the artwork's within house. Recordings within house, you know, the couple of the people, and it just reminds me of, like back in the day, you know, like just those fun old school recordings and jams and stuff. Oh, just that nostalgia is just always there.
So, dude, like, how do you have time for all this? You have 4 bands technically. You're a mom. You're going to school. Like, you know, how do you fit in the time? Like, I thought I was busy. You sound busier than I am.
Well, I don't know if I'm busier than anybody, but I am lucky because some of the projects are temporary. So like Dead Redwoods is unfortunately a temporary project. I do want to get into that one after this. I would love to get into that story too. But they're a temporary project, so that was only supposed to be like a 5-month thing. We end up having like 2 shows right now, which is pretty cool. So like Friday, we're playing at Toots Tavern on the 2nd, and then we're gonna be playing.
Oh, I love playing Toots.
Dude, is it fun? I only got to play there once, and I'm so excited to play there again. Like,
dude, the lights are the best. They feed you. They pay you. They there's just Dwayne is such a good dude. Yeah. Like, you never know who's gonna show up.
Rob Flynn's been there a few times.
Right, and the best part is, it's quote unquote in the Bay Area. Right. But you drive out to this wooded area, and like all of a sudden you're fucking lost, and then you take the exit, you go down this giant hill, and the road really sucks, and then you make a left, and bam, you're in this old minor town at the best venue you've ever seen in your life.
Pretty much like the butt of Highway 4.
Yeah.
You know, you drive down a road where it looks like you're going to take someone to kill them, and then boom, venue.
Right. As soon as you really think you're lost, drive about 5 more miles, and then you're there.
And you have to drive people at night there, so it's even more terrifying.
Right. You're just like, oh my God, I just showed up in a fucking 1845 gold rush town.
Oh my God. And then you get there, and then the lights are incredible. The
lights are
incredible. Oh my God. Yeah. I was so honored to be able to play there at least once. So now I get to play there twice. And I'm like, yes.
What'd they feed you when you played there?
Oh gosh. Oh geez. I think that was before the pandemic really got down. I honestly don't remember. I think I ate beforehand. I honestly don't remember.
See, with us, it's what I like to lovingly refer to as white people tacos, where they gave us ground beef and all the fixins.
We got
Yes.
we got spaghetti
Yes.
meat.
With a flour
Yeah.
tortilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got spaghetti, meatballs, and salad.
Oh my God, how sweet. I honestly don't remember. Oh God, now I feel awful if they did. I think I was pretty sure I was like on my jitters or whatever that day. But
No, fuck that. The name's Lunchbox, dude. They say there's free food. I'm showing up, and that's the first thing I'm after. Like, no
yes,
shit. You said there's food in the green room. I'm on it. Like,
yes.
By the way, immediately after this episode, Mike Vanek Sucks podcast live from the Doom Tomb concert series featuring Sleep at the Regency Ballroom on the Mike Vanek Sucks YouTube channel. Go check it out right after us. Anyway, so back to the subject at hand. Like, you're busy, and how do you balance it? You said Dead Redwoods is kind of a temporary thing.
So, yeah, and like, Dead Girl Rising is online, and we kind of take our time, and that's pretty nice because, like, with school and everything, it's been an emotional roller coaster. So it's kind of nice that they've kind of taken their time too, so they'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I've been late. And I'm like, no, it's cool. Me too. Like, no, this is perfect. Like, I'm like trying to potty train my daughter and going nuts right now. Thank God you guys are late too. I thought I was the only one. Like, I feel bad.
We're just starting to get into that. Like,
oh, I apologize. It's a nightmare.
It's pretty cool because he looks at me and he sees me sitting on the toilet, and then like he'll go sit on the toilet with his diaper on and he'll take his shit. But he's still got his diaper on. So it's like, okay, you got the concept.
Oh my God. I love that though, because he knows what to do, but we're just missing a step.
Right. Like kid, hang on, pull the diaper off. And in the last 2 weeks, he's added like 20 words to his vocabulary.
Oh my God, so cute. It's crazy. I remember my daughter taking like naps again. I was like, naps? And then next thing I knew, she's like saying sentences and paragraphs. Be careful.
Well, like, he's entered that phase where like, used to, between 11 and 1, he goes down for a nap.
Oh, nice.
And now, like, he'll run it hard till 2:30, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And it's like, dude, all right, now I just got to keep you up a little longer, just a little, and then he goes down.
Oh no! And then like now I gotta wake you up because we're not getting up at 2 a.m.
well, sometimes we just try to hold him. We're like, because the first time he stayed up till 5, he fell asleep in his car seat. I brought him in, he stayed asleep. And that's my current profile picture right now where we both passed out on the couch.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And then, since then, like, he fell asleep at 4:30, 5 o'clock one time. We were like, cool. And he woke up at 8.
Oh, yeah. 8 p.m.?
It was like 10:30 before he would even consider laying back down again.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
Well,
yeah. And then sometimes, like, our daughter would go to sleep later, take a nap during the day, and we're like, oh, no, you need to get up. Because you're going to get up at 3 in the morning and want to play.
Well, and for some fucking reason, he's got this untapped well of energy. I don't know where the fuck he gets that from.
Right? You're like, oh, he's going to go down for a nap. Nope.
Nope. Like last week, I got so mad I threw my hat because he acted tired from 9 to 2.
And you're like, help, go to bed.
Yeah, like, all right, cool. Like, I could have done chores, but instead I'm laying on the bed here watching stupid fucking Cocomelon videos and shit.
Yeah. My son does the same thing periodically where, Heather's with him all the time. And he'll do this thing where he gets like real grumpy and then ask for mama, and mama, oh, you want to lay down? Okay, go lay down for 15 minutes. Nope, want to get up and play. And they'll repeat that process for hours.
See, I think the problem is the crappy music that she plays for him. You and your no kids songs thing, and yet you got him over there listening to fucking Cardi B, G-Eazy, and then she tries to make him listen to Mickey Avalon.
Yeah.
I said she. And like, I'd be mad if somebody tried to make me listen to Mickey Avalon too.
I like Mickey Avalon, but not for a kid.
Enough to try to listen to him to take a nap?
No.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm not gonna go to sleep hearing about my dick.
So the three of us could literally talk about parenting all day because we all have stories.
My God, yeah.
But let's focus a little bit. Like let's talk about Dead Redwoods, and then we got a few more questions for you, and then we'll let you loose. But what's up with Dead Redwoods? You said it's temporary. So how'd you get involved? What's the deal?
So I followed Bryce Silver forever. He's like the one that kind of got this project going. Do you remember Soothing Sounds of Flight?
I do, and I absolutely love Bryce. He's so cool.
Yes. Oh, good
He's
to know
so
him.
cool.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. And so, like, such an honor to even be asked. Like, it's like, I've been watching you for a minute. Like, I'd love it if you kind of jumped in on this base with me. And I'm like, absolutely, for sure. I'd love to. I have a problem kind of saying no to projects too. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and then I'm like,
we've noticed.
Like, yeah, I'm so bad at that. But like, so he's like, it's temporary, and I'm like, okay, I can do that. That's no problem. So I learned the songs. They definitely took me to another level because Bryce has been around for a really long time. Really good writer. And then I got to play with Joe, Jonathan, Joel Ferry, he's like our vocalist. And, oh, man, these guys together are just absolutely incredible. Joe from Black Passage. Jonathan was in Soothing Sounds of Flight. And so I got asked to jam with them and stuff. So I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to practice my ass off, do as much as I can. And yeah, it worked out. We practiced together. We joke around a lot. Like, it's just like the same kind of sense of humor, like making Futurama jokes and shit, like, oh man. So it's like that same, yeah, like just a nice atmosphere, nice back and forth. It's just so fun working with them.
So why is it temporary?
And well, Bryce just really wanted to get like, this going, but doesn't want to take away from like our other stuff going on, things like that. But I've offered like, hey, if you ever need in the future, definitely hit me up. Like, it was just an absolute pleasure working with him. Like, just smooth, just so cute. He recently got married, so congratulations to him on that. Absolutely adorable. But yeah, just being able to play with somebody that I've followed and watched for so long and respect, and I still have their shirts and stuff, like I remember seeing them at like, not Johnny V's, but if you remember that temporary venue in downtown San Jose on 3rd Street, it's like a gym now. But I remember seeing them there and yeah, just, absolutely incredible. So it was just an honor to even be asked. And since it was temporary, I was like, oh yeah, I can do that, But I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it absolutely because it's just how much fun it was to work with them. I'll absolutely miss it for sure. And like, I know you asked like, how do you do it? And I guess, I just kind of like, I take it one day at a time. Like I'll do like, I used to wake up at 4 a.m, read a chapter for my homework, get that done while my daughter and my husband are asleep. And then like I can plug into my computer and then like practice quietly and stuff. Get like a set or two in, the songs and stuff. And just kind of go from there. So I kind of just like, I make sure I kind of split it up like, okay, like a couple of days a week I practice this band, a couple of days a week I practice this band. But I try to practice like every day. If not, and I try to make sure I have creative time too. Make sure I spend a day where I'm just like writing a beat or like writing something for myself. But I love these challenging riffs that I'm just like, I just really want to dive into it. So I guess it's just like a thing for me. Like I just have a need to do it. Like I want to see myself get to these other levels in terms of bass playing and working with other people.
And I feel like we've seen that over the years. The minute you kind of jumped in the music, I remember when you first started playing bass, it was like you weren't very good. Like how we
Absolutely
how we all were when we first started playing our instruments. We weren't very good.
Like That's the point. You suck. You go stuck with that potential.
And I remember those days, but now I see you and I go, holy crap.
Oh man, I remember trying to learn how to do vocals and sing at the same time. And that was with Dustin Rue, and I was so nervous about it. And it took a long time, but they were all, they helped me out, and a couple other people helped me out, and and then it finally got there. But man, it took a long time.
All right, so last couple questions. So I want to play a quick little game. I call this Steal a Bit because I'm actually stealing this from another show.
Okay.
It is. I grabbed some pictures from social media, and I want you to tell us a very quick story on each picture. Can you do that for us?
Okay. Yes, I can.
The first picture we have here. What's going on here?
Oh, I was trying to sing Seven Dust Broken, just trying to record it for myself. And my daughter kept coming in and being like, hi. And so that's my take two, I'm just going to keep getting interrupted. It's kind of like like this is happening, but this is, she's my life. So like, it's a funny picture for me because I had to do that take again. But sometimes she's on some of my recordings because eventually I just kind of give up and I'm just like, well, there's going to be a kid talking on it. And I think I did like a little video of like dancing mother, and I just included her in it because she came in and wouldn't like leave. So I was like, well, we're here. It's like, so involve her now. Like, and then the bunny ears are from Easter. She liked being Louise from Bob's Burgers. So
yeah. Yes, I think I'm raising a Louise.
Yes. She loves Louise and like Nom Nom from like Bear Bears on the back. Hilarious.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the constant interruption of being a mother while trying to be a musician.
I'm starting to get that too, because like, admittedly, I don't let Benji into my room too much because I have so much expensive equipment, and he just. And he just loves to grab things. But I kind of moved things around, made it so he can't grab them freely. So I've been letting him in here more, and I've been doing more stuff for myself. So he's finally started to see like, oh, this is Dad's thing. Okay. And he kind of gets bored. Like I was sitting here like playing guitar to some beats, and like he was listening to the speakers. He's like, I'm going to the living room.
That's
right, like I'm over it.
All that music Heather lets him listen to.
I'm over here playing over here playing thrash metal, and he like comes in. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, you gotta do something about that, Brandon.
And would I say she's my lucky charm? Yeah, I would. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes she'll come in here and write beats with me in songs. And it comes out pretty fun.
Good kid, man. How about
I was just gonna say it's so funny that you say that about the music because I'll practice Arcane, and you'll have like the double click before it starts and stuff. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and she'll go a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, da 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 da, and she has to
nice.
Down like packed, and it's so funny because she'll in here rock out with me while I'm like practicing the songs and stuff, and she knows like where I'm at and stuff. And
you're doing it right, girl. You're doing it right. What about this one?
That was the Vader and Abysmal Dawn show. That was at the Oakland Metro stage. I wish I could remember who took that picture for me. But yeah, that I was just I kind of wanted to harness in my inner rock star. And like when I get on stage, I get nervous, but then once I get going, like just something takes over, and it just like, I don't know who she is anymore, but this woman comes out that's just like, yeah, and like just wants to take over and just like kick ass and take names, and like this confident woman just comes out, and you see my Ampeg in the background there. I'm rocking my Squire there. That's my Abysmal Dawn shirt, some ripped up jeans, and I had hair before I went natural. and straighten my hair and stuff, and head spin and all that stuff. But yeah, that was one of the most killer shows I've ever done.
All right, and
just waiting for more killer shows to come.
They're coming, no doubt. But let's talk about confidence right here, and look at this last picture.
So this was Vegas, and oh man, I was definitely in the mood there. That's what you see. I just cut my hair off, and I'm going natural now. I spent the money on that goddamn parka. I was like, oh yeah, we're doing that. I feel sexy in this beast. I'm wearing the Arcane Existence shirt. And it was my first time in the ice bar, and like the photographer comes around and is getting photos, and people are just like, oh fuck yeah. And like, so it was just a really awesome night. I actually met some friends there that I'm still in contact with from that night, and just we spent like the whole rest of our Vegas vacation with this adorable couple who I'm still friends with to this day, and they're like just so cute. It was like her husband's birthday or something. It's really cute. So I was like, I'm paying for you to go on the Holy Roller. I'm paying for you to go zip lining. Like, let's go. Like, oh, so it was just a blast. Like, so like finally got to get in the ice bar and just owned it.
With your fucking pimp coat.
The pimp coat, like the whole pose,
Yes,
everything.
I had to.
I mean, you look like you're about to either throw a body kick and fucking cripple me with a fucking leg to the. Jesus Christ, woman, you're so buff. Like, I'm jealous. I need to go hit these squats after the show. And secondly, like, you also look like you're about to ask someone to put baby powder on your hand so you can smack someone and be like, come with it.
Slap. Get my baby powder.
I mean, you either want to ask where my bitches, or I'm inquiring as to the whereabouts of my employees.
But
I didn't know you get wet, Dave.
By the way, side note, those ice bars are so cool. I went into one at last time I went to Vegas, and man, I mean, I was only able to stay in for about 20 minutes, but it was real cool.
Is it too cold for you there, Brandon?
Yeah, because it was unplanned and I was wearing shorts, so.
Yeah, that parka, man. I felt pretty goddamn warm there. You saw I had like nothing on, like just a little shorty, whatever the hell.
Right, you were like booty shorts, but hey, I got a parka, so it's all good.
Yep.
Like you went with the Cat Williams on steroids kick. I'm coming out in a fur coat, biker shorts, and so you know I ain't fucking buff as shit.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
Tracy, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on our podcast. So thank you so much.
Thank you both so much. It's been an incredible evening, and I really hope your bird is there when you get there in the morning.
Thank you. Like I said, like I told you in the DMs about 20 minutes ago, I might just stumble around the corner and see if he's happened to fall into his cage.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh my goodness, like now it's getting later and colder. Hopefully he did.
It's not cold down here at all.
Oh, good. Oh,
like,
okay.
It's still probably 85 degrees here.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Good. That means it won't be cold then. That's good. I was just worried, but it's been absolutely incredible. Like, I appreciate this so much.
And I wish you all the luck. Like, and luck you don't need, because all these opportunities just keep falling into your lap. So keep it going, girl. I look forward to anything and everything that you were doing for the future. So with that being said, please tell the people where they could find you, where they can find your projects. Plug your shit.
And I definitely just want to say, preparation meeting opportunity is definitely the way to go. Definitely prepare yourselves. You can find me on Instagram at TizTypolotomus, which is a big ass word. You can find me at Devils in the Detail, Arcane Existence, Dead Girl Rising, Dead Redwoods. I'm on Facebook under Tracy LaBrie. I'm on TikTok. You can find me there. Absolutely. You can find us on streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp. We're going to be playing some shows July 2nd at Toots. We're going to be playing with Arcane Existence in, I wish I had a date on that one. I believe it's September. And yeah, it's going to be really incredible once that ball gets rolling.
All right.
And real quick, what do you have to say to any other young ladies that are trying to pursue the same path you are of both education and music?
Hey.
That's the last word I want to leave.
Yes.
Leave it on.
Ladies, keep going. Like, follow your intuition, follow your passion. Like, don't let anything get in your way. You are absolutely capable. You are absolutely amazing. Do it, do it, do it. Like, if you have an inkling or a thought, like, people want to hear your music. People want to hear your words. Please, the universe needs it. Like, music needs it. Put it out there.
All right. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 117 of Talking Shop with the boss, mostly the boss, and the box.
Oh, fuck you, dude. You made me do one on my own on 3 days' notice. Like, at least at least I was willing to show up. Shit went sideways today. like I'm chasing a parakeet around the neighborhood.
You were on an expedition.
Dude, I was on safari.
All right, I am Boss Blacker. You can go find me on Instagram at The Real Brandon Blacker. Go find my band Suburban Paranoia on all social media platforms. Go to YouTube and check out Digital Disease, our latest music video. Also, our upcoming shows. We have August 25th at the DNA Lounge. We are playing with Flotsam and Jetsam in the main room. So go check that out. We're also playing Redwood Metal Fest up in Ukiah. So that's going to be awesome and all sorts of good stuff. So with that being said, Lunchbox.
When is Redwood Metal Fest in Ukiah,
August
motherfucker?
21st in Ukiah, motherfucker.
Thank you. Fuck, I might make it out if I only knew
And
a date.
also, don't forget to check out next week's episode where Mike Vanek, who's been in the chat all night long, is going to debate us about if Ric Flair is the greatest wrestler of all time. We say no. He says yes. We'll see how it turns out. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa, you're not going to let me take it away?
Oh, you're still here.
You forget you
You're
have a
still
co-host? I'm still here. I showed up late, but I showed up, unlike you a couple weeks ago.
I apologize profusely.
Thank you again for the flyer, Mike.
All right, like Brandon Dunn said, this is Talking Shop with the Boston Box, episode 117. You can always find this show on Talking Shop with the Boston Box on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to the Talking Shop with the Boston Box Facebook discussion group, where we shit post all sorts of bullshit about the bullshit that you want to bullshit about all day, every day. You can find us live every Monday night right here on Facebook at Talking Shop with the Boston Box, YouTube at Talking Shop with the Boston Box, and on Twitch at Devastated. That is DEVASTED Media, MEDEIA, on Twitch, directly following the show. You can find us at Gun, that is GUNN, musicradio.com every Saturday night. The pre-recorded previous week's episode at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And like Brandon said, next week, you know what? Hold on next week, because I'm going to pimp that a little bit more. But on July 19th, we have Chad Smith from the almighty Hemlock coming down from Las Vegas to talk some shit with us. And next week, July 5th, the day after Independence Day, we debate the great Ric Flair debate. Is he the greatest? Mike Vanek says yes. Is he not? The boss in the box say no. And we're going to get into it about it right here live next week at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But if that's not enough for you, tomorrow night you can catch my lovely voice and handsome, humble, heavyweight face on the Awesome Person podcast at Jordan Marin Harrison's Facebook, Instagram, Joe Sweetie, however she broadcasts it. Whew!
Are you done?
And after this, you can possibly catch a Monday motivation, because I was chasing a bird and didn't have time to do it. So I've got 3 motivations for you this week, 1 tonight, and then 2 sporadically throughout the week. So stay motivated, stay hydrated. Tracy LaBrie, thank you for your patience, diligence, and candidness tonight on our show.
Thank you again, guys, so much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
All right, good night, everybody. We will see you Monday. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget about the Aftershock Festival. Good night, everybody.